as Brian Payne said earlier, and it's going to be a free kick to Lowe. Lowe finished second on Saturday to Sunday to Bogue. The ball looked now. Lowe kicks it forward, down the ground, free kick, undisciplined by Dylan Smith. And the Magpies now are going to kick from 40 metres out. Yeah, we just seen a little bit of different of Devonport today. They won't be pushed around as they usually do. They're a very, very disciplined side. So too are Burnie. But Oliver Kelly has an opportunity to put a goal through poor discipline by the Dockers, and you just can't do that in the grand final. In comes Oliver Kelly, 35 out, sits back, wing grabs hold, but Nelson takes a good mark on the goal line for Burnie.
Yeah, let's not. I missed that. They must have. Dylan must hit the player late and caused a kick down the ground. That's not going to win your games. As a short distance kick goes to the back pocket. Nick Walters, who's had a wonderful year, marks. Kick short. And mark taken by Emmett Smith, who's been prominent in the first quarter. Emmett kicks towards a lead, and the mark's taken by Reef Bourne. Talented youngster. What a great year here. Now he goes back to Logan Ilvingston. He marks about 15 metres from his defensive goal. Kick short. Oh, mark dropped by Wolf. Can't afford to do that. Now Wolf's gone for a run now. He's quick, Wolf. Kick sideways. Mark taken by Nash. Nash takes a juggling mark and plays on. Now he's in trouble. Caught with the ball. Umpire said he got a hand on it. A bit lucky. Fletcher Kelly is battling for the ball. Comes back to Charlie Castles. Charlie Castles being pickpocketed by Nash. Ball spills out of the pack to Simmons, goes backwards to Van Buren, Braden Van Buren. He's kicked across the ground, finds a Lowe who juggles the ball and then kicks long towards the forward line. Dockers have the numbers here. The strong mark's been taken back there. Is that Wolf again? No, it's not. It's in fact it's Geordie Dowling. Dowling short and sideways, looking for Emmett Smith. So after about 6 possessions, Emmett playing very well. Kicks towards the middle of the ground. Mark taken by Rowbottom at centre half back for the Dockers.
Emmett Smith a lot better by feet today. Rowbottom, impressive Docker this year. Kicks out towards the boundary line. And a good defensive play by Fletcher Kelly. Pushes the ball out of bounds and we're going to get a boundary throw in right in front of the commentary box. We've gone nearly 7 minutes into the first term. Burnie 1 point, Devonport 1 goal. Magpies and Burnie have both settled well. And an intriguing game in front of us. Ball being thrown in. Lockwood from the front spot puts it down. Dylan Smith picks it up at ground level. Gives it back to French. French and Burnie drives it forward. Punt from behind. Picked up by Martin. Goes backwards to Rowbottom. Dylan Smith now under pressure. Has been pushed out of bounds. We're going to get a boundary throw in. Half forward line for Burnie. Devonport 1 goal lead. Burnie 1 point. 7.5 minutes gone into the first term. Lockwood and Elvinson, big duel today. Lockwood makes front spot, comes through with Oakley Smith, and he's been pushed in the back, is he?
Yep.
He's been pushed in the back. It's going to be a free kick to Oakley Smith. Burnie half forward line. Into drive. Burnie forward, looks for Plant. A good defensive punch by Gray. Picked up by Wicks, pushed along the boundary. Oakley Smith goes in, picks it up under pressure, handball backwards. Kick through there by Burnie, picked up by Hawks, and a pressure from Plant, goes back to Cameron. Cameron's tackled brilliantly, Plant comes through, and is it holding the football? It is, and Devonport will receive a free kick deep in their defence.
Well, there's 3 or 4 holding the ball decisions against Burnie already, but as long as the umpires are consistent with that. So free kick goes to Devonport, and it's Harry, is it? Harry Elmer that kicks wide, and a mark taken by Byard. He decides to move the ball on quickly. There's a player on his own, the wing, it's Bramage, and Bramage marks with his chest. He's been very good the last couple of weeks, Bay Bramage. A centering kick, there's a player on his own in the middle. It's Braden Van Buren, and Braden Van Buren realises he's got space. Braden's bouncing. Braden is kicking towards the forward line. Chippy going to take the strong mark back there is Geordie Dowling. They've changed the number today. He's wearing number 2. Takes a mark in about 30 metres out for defensive goal. Short and sideways, mark taken by Murray. Murray's a left footer. Murray also kicks short, and a mark taken there by Nick Walters in front of the scoreboard, which tells us Burnie 1, trailed Devonport 6, and we played 9 minutes and 15 seconds in the quarter. Big kicked up forward. Way behind there's Everett. Everett kicks hurriedly towards the forward line. Marley Bourne is over his head. Ball spills out of the pack. And the free kick goes back there to Stewart, who handballs to Cameron, who handballs to Harry Elmer. Harry Elmer kicks towards Cousins Hampton's on the ground now. Coming in there was Oakley Smith. He's done well, Oakley Smith. A centering kick should come off. It's punched away from Everett. Now the ball's disputed. Picked up by Cameron again. Handball sideways to Harry Elmer. Harry's running. Harry kicks towards Quade Byard, who's running around the middle, and Quade Byard takes a mark, Devonport captain.
Byard now from the back of the centre square, puts the ball inside the corner, looking for Van Buren. Van Buren's outnumbered. Good play by Wolf. Gets it over to Bailey Bogue. Bogue now from the centre. Drives it long down forward with the Magpies with the numbers, and it's Hawks. Takes a good chest mark, 15 metres out from goal. He's been told to play on. He goes short to Lowe. Lowe goes wide to Gray. James Gray, late inclusion for the Magpies round 21. Gray kicks it down the wing towards Bo Bramage, but couldn't hit the target, and we are going to get a boundary throw in centre wing scoreboard side of the ground. 10.5 minutes gone in the first term of the 23 grand final. Devonport 1 goal straight 6. They lead Burnie 1 point. Game settled in now, and it's a really good defensive tussle. Devonport rolling high to defend. Thrown in, Lockwood again. Gets the ball, knocks it down. Pile of players go in, and it's in the back and over there, and it looks like it's going to go to Austin Byrne. Austin Byrne quickly plays on to Walters. Walters drives Byrne inside 50. Cameron! My word, he's been good today. Good last week and good the week before. Cameron now goes sideways and finds Bradley Simmons. He continues down the scoreboard wing and finds Bo Bramage. Bramage goes short and finds James Gray, James Gray of Devonport, just outside his defensive 50, drives it long down the wing. Elverson and Lockwood fight for the football. Rackeye picks it up, gives it out to his captain in Byard. He's tackled quickly by Murray. Can't get the ball out. We're going to get a ball up centre wing. Scoreboard side of the ground. 6 plays 1.
Yeah, both backlines well on top, and Kai Cameron looks like he can have another terrific game. If he keeps this up, he'll win the Wayne Wing medal, I think it's called, the equivalent to the Norm Smith medal. Ball's pinballing around between players on the far side of the ground, spills out, chasing after it. It's Van Buren. It's pushed over the boundary line with the football onto the burgundy-coloured bike track on the Latrobe high score side of the ground. It goes, and there'll be a boundary throw on the eastern wing. 12 minutes we've played in the grand final in the first quarter, and it is 1 behind to the Dockers and 1 goal to the Devonport Magpies. So it looks like it's shaping up to be a really good game of football. As the officer gets the taps in the Bogue direction. Bogue's pushed off it. Ball spills out of the pack. Picked up by Rackeye. Rackeye goes wide to Van Buren. Van Buren's kick's brilliantly smothered, but finished up with Bo Bramage. Bo Bramage kicks hurriedly towards the centre half forward position. Getting underneath and marking his chest as Wolf. Big player Josh Wolf. Play back and play forward. Real goer. He's playing on his own in the middle. He's been spotted. It's Bailey Bogue, and Bailey Bogue takes a chest mark. Bailey Bogue won the Baldock medal last Sunday. He also won the Coast FM Ian Wright medal as well. Gets it to Rudy Barrett. Rudy Barrett with a long ball towards the forward line. Almost a mark to Plant. Ball bouncing around between players. Harry almost got it again. Going for a run. Cleverly taps it out. And what are they going to foul? A player was grabbing out the ball, and it is Dylan Smith. He's back on the ground with a short sleeve jumper. Started for the long sleeve jumper. Got ripped in a melee. He's been given a free kick 40 metres out from goal, and with the wind behind him, Dylan is within range. He's directly in front of goal. Dockers need this just to get something going, I believe. Good player, Dylan Smith shoots for goal. He's pulled it. He's gone left. So it's a minor score to the Burnie Dockers. Well, now 2 behinds. Devonport 1 goal. It's a 4-point ball game. 13.5 minutes were travelled in the first quarter.
And Wolf's been very prominent across half-back for Burnie, not allowing Devonport to get the ball deep inside their forward 50. Ball's going to be kicked out by Cooper Stewart. He goes down the scoreboard side of the ground. Josh Murray defends from behind. Nash chases the ball. He's under pressure over there by Elmer. Magpies with the numbers. Kelly, that's Oliver Kelly. Handballs the ball over to Lowe. Lowe of Devonport. Top of the 50. Ooh. Douglas flies high. Couldn't mark the football.
That's a good call.
And unrealistic attempt. And Burnie are going to get the free kick. And it's going to go to Bourne. Bourne now handballs wide to Josh Murray. Josh Murray with a bit of time, saunters up the wing, didn't hit the target. Bramage at ground level, picks it up, has time, stops, pops, puts it in the air towards his captain, who's been held onto, and will get a free kick centre wing. Scoreboard side of the ground. Magpies looking to go back into attack. Myard bombs it inside 50 and woof, dropped what he should have taken. Dowling being good in the first turn. Through the contest here comes Kelly, couldn't control it, picked up by Dowling, goes back to Emmett Smith. Emmett Smith swings on his left and finds Nick Walters taking a good chest mark going back with the flight of the ball. Nick Walters, half-back flank, waiting for something to present itself. Nick Walters goes short and finds Imogen French. Been a really good pickup for Burnie. Young French, centre wing, scoreboard side of the ground, goes backwards and goes back to Josh Murray. Murray now, just soaking up a little bit of time, goes in short and he finds Byrne. Austin Byrne and Burnie drives to the half-forward line. Ball's been punched out by Ulmer and we're going to get a boundary throw in. 15 and a half minutes gone in the first term. Devonport 1-6. Burnie 2 points.
And what we're seeing in the first part of this quarter, Devonport's back line is going to be very, very hard to score against. It's Devonport by 4 points in the grand final. Who played 15 and a half minutes. Burnie kicking with the aid of that breeze, still goalless. As the ball's tapped out, will take off the ground by Lowe. Picked up by a player who's grabbed high. Who was that player underneath the pack there, working his way up?
Murray again. He's
Murray
been good.
again. Been good in the first quarter. And Josh Murray, number one for the Burnie Dockers, has been given the free kick. There's a pass short, it's Walters, and Walters takes a mark. A couple of kicks out from goal. There you go, need to get a goal, just to get their game flowing. Nick Walters kicks towards the lead, he's after Plant. Plant flies over the back. There's a chance. Ball picked up there by Kelly, he loses it. Pack develops. Is that ball coming out of there? Umpire giving it plenty of time. Now it comes out, picked up and cleared by Kelly, a tile towards the wing. Elvingston's in the way. He handballs over the top to Aussie Byrne. Aussie Byrne, a centering kick. He's after Bogue. It's over Bogue's head. Bogue does a pirouette. Bogue goes for a run. Bogue's tackled, or he took him on. He's got to be penalised holding the ball. And the free kick will go to the Devonport side. Tackling from both sides has been pretty good early in the piece. The free kick will go over there to the big fella. That might be Gray with the football. Quite tall Gray, Jimmy Gray. So give him the free kick for Devonport on the half-back flank. His team led by 4 points. Short and sidebars. Mark taken by Brad Simmons. Simmons kicks towards Rackeye. Almost a mark to Dylan Smith. Dylan goes for a run. Dylan shoots for goal. It's over the back of the pack and through for a minor score. So Burnie can't find the big opening. 3 scoring shots to 1. But Burnie trail 3 behinds to Devonport's 1 goal kick by Charlie Castles.
Just a couple of opportunities to slip for the Dockers. They've just gathered the momentum a little bit, and a couple of goals on the scoreboard would have been reward for the momentum. Ball's been kicked out by Hawks, goes down the grandstand wing. Oliver Kelly went up, couldn't mark the ball, been picked up by Barrett. He swings around, drives Burnie back into forward 50, but Kelly, this is Fletcher Kelly, marks 30 metres out from the Dockers goal. Kelly goes short and finds Harry Ulmer. Elmer's been very good in the first term.
Yeah, certainly has.
Elmer goes short and finds Lowe.
So this bloke.
Lowe tagging Bogue. Lowe goes wide to James Gray. James Gray, half-back for Devonport, goes in short and finds Lowe again. Both sides have got good defences and it's very, very hard to pierce. Lowe goes long and goes too wide. It's going to be a free kick to Emmett Smith and Burnie. Right in front of the commentary box. Devonport 6, Burnie 3. We've gone 18 and a half. Nice feet by Emmett Smith, finds Nick Walters. Nick Walters goes long, couldn't find Marley Bourne. The ball's been punched clear. We're going to get a boundary throw in 15 metres around from the point post grandstand side of the ground.
Probably about quarter, maybe a long quarter, probably about 7 or 8 minutes to go, and Burnie's still goalless. They're kicking with 8 of that. They're on a 2-goal breeze. Got to find the big opening shortly. It's a boundary throwing close to the goal square. Taken out there by Barley Bogue. That's dangerous. Been pickpocketed by Fletcher Kelly. Bogue tackles Kelly to the ground. Fletcher. And the ball will take place 45 out from the Dockers goal. It'll be Elphingston, will it? No, the umpire just holding up play while Barley does his shoe up. Tackling from both sides has been good. And as Dale said, both defences well on top. Up go the ruckman. Oh, Helen had ruckman duties on this occasion. Comes down to Cooper Stewart. He's tackled to the ground. Ball's underneath a pack of players. Umpire's had enough. Calls for a stoppage. Still 45 metres out from the Dockers goal. Dockers goalless. We played over 19 minutes in the first quarter. They trail 3 behinds to 1 goal as the ball's tapped towards Smith. Couldn't get a handle on it. Player was tackled at the ball, I thought. Well called. Apples haven't missed a thing so far. And the player to be tackled was Cousins Hampton. And he was temporarily dropped from the side. Good player, Cousins Hampton. He's only small, but he's got a big motor. And he's got a free kick for Devonport at centre half back. Got the Mr. T hairstyle as the hyphen. Kicks sideways. He's after Rackeye. It's over Rackey's head. The Rackeye one's onto it. Rackeye works his way through a couple of dockers. Kicks towards the forward pocket. Flying the forward pocket was Quade Bard. Cleverly taps it down to Lenny Douglas. Douglas across the ground. A chance here for Charlie Castles. First towards Wolf. Taps it backwards. Finishes up with Otter Kelly. He goes backwards to Van Buren, who fires a goal. Well, Devonport know where the goals are. And the player who won the best on the ground 12 months ago in the big dance here has kicked the second goal for Devonport. It is 2 goals to Devonport, 3 behinds to Burnie.
Intelligent play by the Pies inside their forward 50. Quade Bard just hit it down to Douglas. Douglas with pace just put the ball in the open, and Devonport with good hands, and then Braden Van Buren finished it off with a good kick. And that's the goals you've got to kick, the chances when you get those. Dylan Smith missed one earlier. Van Buren's kicked one for Devonport. Devonport now go to 2 goals. They lead Burnie 3 points. We've gone 21 minutes into the first term. Ball being brought back to the middle. Elphinston and Lockwood, 2 young ruckmen. Elphinston knocks it down. Dylan Smith's been good early, is tackled, been piled onto, and we're going to have a ball up. Still in the same spot. Right in the middle of the oval. The ground's in perfect condition here at Latrobe. Lockwood front spot. Elphinston with the reach, been knocked on by Bourne. Devonport with Kelly. Couldn't pick it up. Oakley Smith does. Ball's been given out to Fletcher Kelly. He drives it forward. Rackeye at the front of the contest. Good pressure by Rackeye. Goes handballs backwards to Van Buren. Van Buren dribbles it inside Devonport's 50. Wolf comes out strong. Good pick up Barrett under pressure. Handball goes astray. A pick up by Tyler Kelly. Kicks forward, misses. And it's the first behind for Devonport. Devonport 2-1-13. They lead Burnie 3 behinds. We've gone 22 minutes into the first term.
Yeah, the Magpies have settled a little bit better than the Dockers. Kicking the non-scoring end, and they lead by 10 points. Joel Murray sees a player short, and the player... Oh, he drops a very, very easy mark, Josh. You can't afford to do that. Now he goes to run. Now it's Walt's handball under pressure. Picked up by Oliver Kelly. He goes over the top. Ball picked pocketed there by Barley Bogue. Now the ball's in dispute. Picked up by Charlie, who shot... No, it's... who was that? Quade Bard, I think, had the snap in the pocket. It was Quade Bard, and missed near side. Bad skill error there by Josh Wolf. Can't afford to drop those when you're playing a good side like Devonport. Got to hold every mark. As Murray's kick short. Taken at centre half back by Nick Walters. Nick Walters has started well. Kicks towards Dylan Smith. And Dylan Smith has got a possession in the back line. Gets plenty of possessions every game to Dylan Smith. Kicks to mark opposition ring. Wolf flies. That's better. Drops the setter and then takes a screamer on the wing, Josh Wolf. What a fine young player he is. Will lift his confidence up. Almost cost the Dockers a goal a few moments ago. Now Wolf kicks a long drop punt from half back to centre half forward. The mark's taken by Fletcher Kelly. He's a great year, Fletcher Kelly. He's playing his own in the middle of Stewart, and he takes the mark. Stewart was terrific 7 days ago in the pre-final. Another player on his own up short is Tyler Kelly, and Kelly marks. Tyler Kelly goes to run. His kick's semi-smothered. Finishes up there with Harry Elmer. Harry Elmer across the ground, and in the way is Oakley Smith. He marks on his chest for Burnie. Oakley kicks sideways. His target outflied is Raybottom. Raybottom drops what he might have taken. Now the ball's in dispute. Charlie Castles runs after it. Handballs backwards to Simmons. Simmons towards Keeper Stewart. Stewart's been dispossessed. Picked up by Nash. But Keeper Stewart's been grabbed without the ball and been given a free kick.
Cooper Stewart, centre wing for the Pies, grandstand side of the ground. Looking to put Devonport into attack. Can they get a late goal before quarter time? He quickly plays on, but he's going to go back behind his mark. It's all one-on-ones, forward of the ball. Cooper Stewart kicks it short and finds Burnell. Been quiet this quarter, Burnell. Burnell can kick a long way. Burnell on his left. Drives it forward. Burnie with the numbers. Dowling comes out. Good pick up at ground level by the big fella. Drives it to the wing, but it's Cooper Stewart again. Who's been really good for the Pies since coming back from his knee reconstruction. Puts the ball inside 50. Tyler Kelly comes out. Couldn't mark the ball. Rebounds quickly. Picked up over there by Van Buren. Goes back to Fletcher Kelly. Fletcher Kelly finds Oliver Kelly. Oliver Kelly marks the ball 50 metres from goal. Oliver Kelly finished third in the Bulldog medal. I just wonder how many votes Fletcher Kelly got on that campaign. Fletcher and Oliver Kelly 3 and 2. You just can't pick them. In comes Oliver Kelly, right on top of 50. Opportunity to put the Magpies third on the board. He goes to Lowe. Now Lowe is elite with his feet. Lowe's elite, kicks it wide, just sneaks in from behind. Devonport now go to 2-3-15. They lead the Dockers 3 points. A lead of 12 points, 25 minutes gone.
Can't be long to go in the grand final. The short distance kick being marked there by Wolf. Hands pulls back to Murray. Murray's been terrific in the first quarter. He's been terrific all year. Now Murray's walking now, looking. No one leading, so he kicks a long bomb towards the half-forward flank. Almost mark over there to Bo Bramish. He's pushed off the football. Pack develops on the wing on the far side. Is that ball coming out of there? I'm giving it plenty of time. Blows the whistle now. The ball will take place close to the boundary line on the eastern wing as we head towards 25 and a half minutes in the first quarter. Devonport started for 2 goals. They kicked 3 minor scores, but they lead 2-3 to 3 behinds in the grand final. This ball comes out to Emmett Smith, tackles, loses possession of the ball. Handball comes out the pack to Cooper Stewart. Stewart towards centre half forward. A great mark taken by Quade Byard at centre half forward. Oh, he was disappointed with his game 2 weeks ago. He played well last week. He started well today. His kick is spot on. It's been marked by Lenny Douglas. And Lenny, the talented teenager, is going to go back and have a shot for goal, which might be the last kick of the first quarter. Lenny Douglas. What to do, Lenny? And on the mark is Josh Murray. Lenny's almost directly in front. And little Lenny's got to kick this about 50 metres to kick the third goal for the Magpies. In comes number 29, Lenny Douglas. Shoots for goal. It's not going to be a goal. It's across the far side. There's not much wind there. He kicked out quite a long way, so it's going to be goal scored at both ends. But Devonport looking good. Lead 2-4 to 3 behinds. And 26 and a half minutes in the quarter. We can hear the siren here. Short distance kick marked by Murray. Up to about 10 possessions already, Murray. He goes backwards to Dylan Smith. Dylan Smith now on the mark. He's waving instructions. Kicks wide towards the wing. And Aussie boy marks his chest. Thought about handballing. Wouldn't too late. Wouldn't Burnie love a late goal? But as I said, that the siren sounded, and that's it for the first quarter. So at quarter time, Burnie 3 behinds, trail Devonport 2-4. The margin is 13 points in favour of the reigning premiers, and Devonport's 2 goals were kicked by Charlie Castles, kicked one very, very early in the piece, and Braden Van Buren kicked their second. So we'll go back to Doc on the studio with Devonport leading 2-4-16 to Burnie 0-3-3. Magpies with the Beaks in front by 13 points. We'll go back to Doc on the studio and come back and hear Ned's thoughts on quarter number 1.
In November of 1923, Australians began their love affair with the magic of radio. And in this 100th year, Squidding Theatre invites you to join us as we present the Golden Years of Radio on stage at the Wynyard Senior Citizens Club. We'll relive the wonder years of the decades when radio was king as we take you on a journey through music, drama, comedy and song. 3 performances only, Friday and Saturday, October the 6th and 7th at 7:30pm, with a matinee on Sunday, October the 8th at 2pm. Admission is by donation, so please come along and share some memories as Squidding Theatre, in collaboration with Coast FM, presents the Golden Years of Radio. Squidding Theatre is a proud supporter of Coast FM.
Earworks is a dedicated professional earwax removal service. If your symptoms include hearing loss, pain, tinnitus, discharge, feeling of fullness, odour, itchy or coughing, Earworks provides a safe, effective, professional microsuction earwax removal service. The Northwest Clinic is located at 25B Alexander Road, Ulverston. Open 9 till 5, Wednesday to Friday. Call Danny on 04 555 18 444 to make an appointment or book online at www.earworks.com.au. Our qualified nurse uses a dry and effective microsuction technology. Earworks is another proud supporter of Coast FM.
With 50 years of corsetry experience, Mary's Lingerie in Burnie can expertly fit your bras, briefs, nightwear and swimwear. Mary's caters for all ages and services all of Tasmania. And they offer lay-bys, gift vouchers and postage. Karen and the girls love lingerie, so they give that extra special customer service with home and nursing home visits. They even do mastectomy fittings. Mary's Lingerie, Shop 5, 12A Wilmot Street, Burnie. Coast FM sponsor.
G'day, it's Felix Ellis, your local Liberal member for Braddon and also your Minister for Police here in Tasmania, and I'm supporting Coast FM. If you've seen crime in our community, we want to hear about it because it will enable Tasmania Police to take action. So you can report that crime directly to Tasmania Police through the website portal or call 131 444 or reach out to Crime Stoppers where you can report crime anonymously. By working together, we can all help keep our community safe, and please, if you do want to get in touch, reach out felixellis.com.au and fill in my crime survey on the website. Authorised by Felix Ellis, Liberal Party, Ulverston.
We're Trevor.
And Leilani.
From Cleaning Care.
No, cleaning with care.
For you and your home. House cleans.
Basic carpet and car cleans.
Upholstery cleans, including pet beds available.
Offering affordable rates for all.
Phone Trevor 0475 507 383.
Or Leilani 0473 794 984.
Cleaning with care for you and your home. Sponsors of Coast FM.
The NWFL Match of the Day broadcast is made possible by JMC, Burnie and Devonport. Proudly support local footy and Coast FM. Take the stress out of buying your next used vehicle. Buy local. Start your search at jmc.com.au. LMCT 3060. Now let's return to the football action here on Coast FM.
2-4-16, Devonport Magpies, Burnie Dockers, 3 behind 3 points, Ned Perry.
Thanks, Doc. Both defences on top here at Latrobe. And look, just an interesting stat for Burnie. Burnie's inside 50. Everett hasn't had a kick. Marley Bourne hasn't had a kick. Plant hasn't had a kick. And Barrett's only had one. The only... Dylan Smith of Burnie has missed 2 shots on goal. I'm just looking down there at Burnie, I'm thinking, who's going to kick their goals? Even though Devonport's only kicked 2, they do look dangerous when they go inside their forward 50. If they can get it over the back of Wolf, then they look really dangerous. But Burnie have to find someone inside their forward 50 that's going to be able to get their hands on the ball and have an impact. Cameron's done a great job on Plant so far. Elmer's been really good dashing out of defence for Devonport. Cooper Still's been fantastic with the way that he reads the game. James Gray's been good. And for Burnie, their best players have been Murray, Emmett Smith and Josh Wolf. So you've got both sides defences on top, Brian. In the middle, 6 possessions to Lowe, 4 to Bailey Bogue. So Bogue's influence has fallen away a little bit. Maybe they might have to push Bogue forward to try and generate some goal-kicking power. Jack O'Harron's break now is going forward. At least he'll give them a target, but just Burnie players inside their 450, 4 players that quarter never got a touch.
Yeah, that's a big pat in the back to the Devonport backline. As you said, Burnie's best players. I agree with the 3 that you said. Josh Murray, also Emmett Smith's playing very well, and also Josh Wolf's spot. Will Klinger, he dropped an absolute set of remark. So both backlines are on top, but Devonport have managed to find their way through on a couple of occasions and kick 2 very important goals.
It's a big crowd here, Brian.
Oh, isn't it fantastic?
It's fantastic.
What?
The cars, people are outside the cars, blue sky, sun, the bars full. It's just a wonderful, wonderful atmosphere.
I just like to see bigger crowds at roster games. We've had caught some great games this year, some real close, high standard games, and the people just turning up for the finals, not for the come all year. HWF football is live and kicking, and it's great stuff. Come along and watch these. Particularly Devonport play Burnie, it's always a good game. Not far away from the start in the second quarter. Burnie goalless in the first quarter. Their forward line has been very ordinary indeed. Back in the centre, Elfson gets another tap down. First whip is Dylan Smith, who handballs sideways to Bogue. So they get a centre inside 50. Flying high as Plant, almost took a good mark. Cameron's claiming it. Hamill comes out the pack. Hamill comes out the pack to Barrett again. Barrett's running. Barrett snapping for goal. And Barrett is goaling. That's just the start that Burnie wanted in the second quarter. Barrett snaps and goals. That took 22 seconds, that goal took. Great start by the Burnie Dockers in quarter number 2.
It was, Brian, and brought about by really good clearance work by Kurt Everett and Bailey Bowe. Got the ball inside 50, and when you can do that, you can open up the opposition. Good start to Burnie. 139, Devonport 2-4-16. That's Bailey Bogue's power, just his ability to win the ball from the stoppage and just pump the ball forward and put Burnie in a position to kick goals. Ball being brought back to the middle. Helperson puts it down, been intercepted by Van Buren. He quickly goes through the middle looking for and finding Fletcher Kelly. Is it Fletcher or Oliver? Oliver Kelly. Oliver Kelly played superbly last week when he played in the middle. Playing more half forward today because Van Buren's been elevated into the middle. And Kelly's going to kick from 50. Looking to kick Devonport's third. Quick reply to the Dockers. In comes Oliver Kelly. High, doesn't make the distance. It does make the distance, but it goes through behind. And Devonport now go to 2-5-17. They lead Burnie 1-3-9. Nearly 2 minutes gone into the second term. Nick Walters, terrific user of the ball. Going to go down the scoreboard side of the ground. Goes wide, looking for O'Harrelin. Wicks jumps in front, picked up over there by Fletcher Kelly. His kick's been smothered. We're going to get a boundary throw.
It's straight out, I think. It's been signalled out of bounds on the full. So. It must have come off a Burnie player's boot. Yeah.
Okay, now Fletcher Kelly. Fletcher Kelly goes short, looking for and finding Douglas. Tell you what, you don't want to let this bloke get too many touches inside 50. Just a dynamic young Devil player, Douglas. He kicked 8 against Smithton earlier in the year, Brian Payne, and never polled a vote.
No.
Douglas, 40 metres out from goal. Comes in. Scoreboard side of the ground. Sits back on it. Kicks and misses, and the Pies, they go to their 6 behind, 2-6-18, starting to become inaccurate, Devonport, and Burnie 1-3-9.
Yeah, Burnie, so thank goodness they kicked two goals. The last 6 scoring shots have all been minor scores. Josh Murray will kick in, he'll come down the grandstand to the wing with that trusty left foot, kick short, mark taken by big Logan Elvingston. The 2-metre tall teenager has marked. Thought about handballing, but players running past have been marked, so now he's got to kick to a marking competition. There's almost a mark there to Jeremy Plant. Handball comes out the pack to Reef Bourne. Reef Bourne kicks towards the half-forward flank. O'Halloran's in front. O'Halloran takes a strong mark. He's good overhead, young O'Halloran. He's marked on the wing. Handball's wide to Emmett Smith, who's on his left foot. Emmett kicks towards centre half forward. And reading the play well and marking the centre half back is Fletcher Kelly. Both Fletcher and Oliver, the identical twins, a good overhead. Fletcher Kelly kicks towards the middle of the ground. They fly in the middle of the ground. Mark dropped there by Aston Martin. Ball spills out to Murray. Murray's tackled straight away. Murray's tackled high and given a free kick. Probably in Burnie's best. He decides to move the ball on quickly. Kicks wide to Walters, who marks on the half-back flank and plays on. Walters kicks towards the forward line. Mark taking the forward line over there by Byrne, I think that is. Everett. Byrne it is. Aussie Byrne. Aussie Bourne kicks towards the forward line. Strong mark taken by Kai Cameron. He's right on top of Jeremy Plant. Up forward. And he's had a wonderful, wonderful year. Only 21 years of age. Kicks sideways, plenty of hang time. But Rackeye marks. Rackeye plays on. Kicks towards Bay Bramage. Marks and handballs to running low. Good football by the Devonport Magpies. He drives the ball up forward. In front is Wolf, and he's quite happy to tap the ball over the boundary line from boundary throw in at the junction of Devonport's 50-metre line and boundary line.
Cameron playing a very, very important role for the Pies. Plant probably their most potent forward, and Cameron has kept him quiet thus far. Boundary throw went top of Devonport's forward 50. Magpies 9 points in front. Lockwood at front. Lockwood puts it down. Lowe comes in, puts up the ball wide. Walters picked up by Kelly. Tyler Kelly now has an opportunity to put Devonport's third through. Good goal from the stoppage from the Pies. Devonport now go to 3 goals, 6-24. They lead Burnie 1-3-9. Great goal by Kelly.
And a great assist there by Oliver Kelly. Tyler Kelly kicking the goal, but his namesake Oliver, slick little handball out. The Kelly twins have got very, very high football IQs. They know what they're doing before they even get the ball. That's a handy buffer now to the Devonport Magpies. 5 1/4 minutes into the second quarter. It's Devonport 3-6-24. Burnie 139, and Burnie's forward line is just not firing. Having said that, big pat in the back, the Devonport back line have been very, very solid. Back in the centre, it's going to be Elphingston versus Lockwood. They've had a good battle in the ruck. Elphingston versus Lockwood. Up they fly, and it's Lockwood who gets the tap down. First with Stylen Smith, taps it sideways, picked up by Wicks, he's tackled straight away, lost possession of the ball, comes down to Smith. Smith handballs to Elphingston, who handballs wide to Emig French, who handballs over the top in the Wolf direction. Wolf's under pressure, forced to kick hurriedly towards centre half forward. At centre half forward, the ball's tapped down, finishes up with McGuinness. McGuinness, a little kick up forward. Here comes Plant. Plant is pushed off the football. Now he's got a Plant with his first kick of the game. Ball dribbling towards goal. Dribbling. And a great goal kick by Jeremy Plant. That's his first possession. He needed that. And just against the run of play, Jeremy Plant at last is in the game with a good goal.
And spot on, Brian. Only Jeremy Plant could have done that. Got up from ground level and just dribbled the ball. Wonderful goal by Burnie. And just hanging in, Burnie. But 9 points down. And a terrific goal by Jeremy Plant. You've only got to give Plant 3 or 4 opportunities and he can kick 3 or 4 goals. Bridges that gap back to 9 points and keeps them in check. Devonport now 3-6-24. They lead Burnie 2-3-15. We've gone 7 minutes into the second term. Ball being thrown up in the middle. Elvison puts it over top, banged back by Van Buren, goes to his ruckman in Lockwood, he bangs it forward, Tyler Kelly picks it up, hands it out to Cousins Hampton over his shoulder, kicks and bounces, and the Magpies have replied within 10 seconds. Terrific goal by Cousins Hampton, great handball by Kelly, good clearance work by the Pies.
Yeah, well done Alex Cousins Hampton, well done to the hyphen. I thought he was a bit unlucky to get dropped last week, but anyone would have been from the sideway Devonport played last week. But he's got his game back today and he kicked a great goal. Very handy one too. It is 4 goals 6 now to 2 goals 3. So Devonport exactly double the Burnie Dockers schools. Great goals kick this quarter. That was a beauty kick by Alex Cousins Hampton. And the 2 boys, Burnie's Barrett and Plant, were both great goals as well. Back under centre. Once again, to be Lockwood versus Elphingston. And Lockwood got the tap down. Elphus got the tap down. Got it to Bogue. Bogue short and sideways. He's after French. French with Bo Bramage. Got a handball away. Race after the ball there was Raybottom. Overruns the ball. Here comes Barley Bogue, putting his body on the line. He's tackled at the ground. And there'll be a ball up. I think it was hit high there. Little Harry Elmer was hit in the head accidentally. He's okay, which is good to see. So the ball up will take place right in front of the interchange gates. You hear the Devonport supporters underneath it. We're right among the Devonport supporters. So it does seem like they got the majority of supporters today. Nick Walters has taken Heisman, given a free kick on the wing. Nick goes for a run. Nick kicks along towards the forward line. Plants his target. Plant flies. Punched away from him. Doing the Ravens, Marley Bourne. He goes over the top to McGuinness. A little dribbler up forward. Comes back to O'Halloran. Kicks towards goal and putting it through sensibly for a rush behind was Fletcher Kelly.
Good pressure down there by the Pies. Certain goal squashed by a committed Devonport defence. Burnie 2-4-16, trail Devonport 4-6-30. Cooper Stewart's going to kick out. He's going to go wide and find Fletcher Kelly. We're going to go up the grandstand side of the ground. Devonport 30. Lead Burnie 16. Kelly goes in short and finds Bramage. Probably been the best performed Devonport player this final series. He goes over to Simmons. Now Brad Simmons changes direction and goes over to Van Buren. Ball now scoreboard side of the ground. Now Van Buren kicks it short and finds Lowe. What a tussle this is between Lowe and Bogue. 8 possessions to Lowe, 6 to Bogue. In comes Lowe, centre wing. Drives Devonport inside 50. Castles comes out and takes a good mark in front of Nash. What a great kick by Lowe. Just elite with his feet, Lowe. And Castles has an opportunity to kick Devonport's 5th and his 2nd. Castles, leading goal kicker of the competition this year.
He's gone back further than Bryn Brown.
Very, very important goal this. Devonport could get that nice little break. 20 points. In comes Castles. A kick from 45. Puts it up. Oh, he's class, Castles. He's class. And Devonport go further ahead here at Latrobe. Devonport now go to 5 goals, 6-36. They hold a 20-point lead over Burnie, 2-4-16.
And Charlie Castles becomes the first player in this grand final to kick multiple goals. That's his second goal. That's a handy lead. 36 plays 16. 20 points is the margin. And we've played 10.5 minutes in the second quarter.
Is it going to happen again, Brian? Every time we see a goal kick, the opposition reply within 10-15 seconds.
Yeah, well, if Devonport had 2 or 3 goals in the last part of this quarter, it could be all over at half time. It's important that Burnie go forward and apply scoreboard pressure. Back in the centre, Elfins is winning the rucking duels in the centre. It's tapped forward, coming through as Smith. Pass picked up, handballs backwards. Ball comes down to Forster, who's tackled. Ball pick up there by Burnie. Pack develops. Umpire's had enough and calls for a stop. He's not far from the centre circles. 5-6-36 plays 2-4-16. The Magpies are the Beaks in front by 20 points in the grand final, as well as tapped forward in the direction of Everett. Knocked out of his hands. Picked up by Wicks. He's tackled. Handball comes out of the pack. Comes out again. Finds low, another possession. Kicks the ball up forward to Rackeye. And the ball bounces off his body. They'll be boundary trained right in front of us. Keegan Lowe.
Only one player can run with Bogue, and that's Lowe, because he's so fit.
Yeah, Keegan Lowe. What a fantastic season he's had, Keegan Lowe. Runner-up in the Baldock medal to Bailey Bogue, and just been firing on all 4 cylinders all season, Keegan Lowe. He comes to boundary throw. Lockwood got the tap down, tipped it straight to Smith, he fumbles. Handball comes out the pack to Cousins Hampton. He handballs to Kelly. His kick is brilliantly smothered. Comes back again to Oliver Kelly. He's tackled the ground. Wicks leads in the race to the ball. Wicks tackled the ground. Did he have a prior opportunity? No, says the umpire. There will be a ball up just inside the Devonport's 50-metre paint. 5-6 plays 2-4. Devonport with the 5-6. They lead the Dockers by 20 points. 12 minutes into the second quarter of the grand final. As Lachlan got the tap down, straight to Bogue. Bogue's tackled straight away by Lowe. He's wearing him stick to him like glue. Another ball will take place just inside that 50-metre line of Devonport. Up goes the football. Lockwood got the tap down. It's volleyball for the Rackeye. Rackeye works his way through the pack. Gets it back to Cousins Hampton. Cousins Hampton, quick kick towards the forward line. And the player's been held up forward.
It's Castles.
They've ruled that Nash held onto him. So Castles has been given a free kick against Nash directly in front of goal. 10 metres out. And Charlie will go back and kick his third goal and give the Devonport Magpies a very, very handy buffer. We're about halfway through the second quarter of the grand final. Charlie Castles wearing Richie Benno's favourite number 22 for his third goal. Received a free kick and bangs that one straight through the middle. The umpire doesn't move, and it's Devonport looking good though.
They are, and just their work inside 50 and away from the stoppages. They're low to Cousins Hampton. Got the ball inside their forward 50. They got some good players down there with some really high footy IQ. Tyler Kelly's been pushed down there the last couple of weeks. Castles, when he's on top, no one can get near him. And Devonport now starting to get on top of Burnie. 26 points in front, 6-6-42. Burnie 2-4-16. Burnie need the next goal. Devonport get another one before Burnie get one, and the alarm bells will be starting to ring. Ball been thrown up. Lockwood starting to get on top now. Dylan Smith been terrific away from the centre. Dylan Smith goes inside 50. Ball hit the ground. Coming through there is Hawks. Hawks brilliantly tackled. Tackled high. I just thought once you duck your head high becomes, you shouldn't be given a free kick. Hawks. Centre half back for Devonport. Goes sideways, goes out towards the scoreboard and finds Bramage, who holds his wing well, just holds his positioning well out in that wing, Bo Bramage. Bramage now, scoreboard side of the ground, kicks to the wing. Elverton at the back takes a good mark. Now it's been called play on. Wolf with pace, comes across half back, dangerous kick. Rackeye picks the football up, going to have to go backwards to Cooper Stewart. Cooper Stewart now, left foot. Goes forward looking for his captain, and Craig Byard accommodates him. Byard marks on top of the 50, comes inside, kicks it short, doesn't hit the target. Burnie with numbers, and Bailey Bogue will get a free kick for a trip. Bailey Bogue off half back for Burnie, comes out wide towards the grandstand, and he finds French. Centre wing. Imogen French. Up and coming youngster, drives it long. Looking for O'Harrelin, couldn't mark the ball. It's been picked up there by Austin Byrne, couldn't get the football out And we're going to get a ball up centre wing right in front of the commentary box. Devonport 42, Burnie 16. We've gone 15 minutes into the second turn. Lockwood starting to get on top now. Puts it out, pushes it towards the boundary, and Nick Walters pushes it over. Boundary throw in. Grandstand side of the ground. Devonport now, Brian, starting to get on top. It just feels like that up here.
Yeah, 26 points is the margin. We've got a boundary thrown right in front of us. Boundary umpire Riley, the best boundary umpire in the competition. Magnificent throw in towards the ruckman. Taken out of the air by Elphinstone. It kicks towards centre half forward. In front is Raybottom. Raybottom's tackled to the ground. And sling tackle, said the umpire. So Kai Rybotom's been given a free kick. He's only lightly built, Raybottom. Good footballer, Kai Rybottom. He's given a free kick in the middle of the ground. But he need a couple of goals. Otherwise it's going to be in danger at half time. Kicks it straight to Wicks. Wicks has been good the last 2 or 3 weeks. Wicks across the ground. Mark taken by Tyler Kelly, who handballs the running Braden Van Buren. Braden Van Buren says a terrible, ugly-looking punt kick towards the half-forward flank. Murray leads on the race. He's got Harry Elman in top hot pursuit, so he taps sideways to Elphinstone, who handballs back to Murray. Murray will have to kick hurriedly. Licks the handball over the top to Emig French. Mrs. French. Over the boundary line it goes. Boundary throw in right in front of the Devonport coaching hierarchy. We've played in the second quarter, 16 and a half minutes. Burnie 2-4-16. Trail Devonport 6-6-42. The margin is 26 points. And comes the boundary show in. Waiting behind is Emig French. Taps it forward. He's tapped it straight to Van Buren, who handballs over the top to Bramage. Bramage is under pressure. He's tackled. He gets it back to Simmons, who's also tackled. Lost possession of the ball. Coming through strongly there is Everett. Ball spills out of the pack to Wolf. Wolf towards centre half forward. In front is Cameron. Cameron works his way through the pack. Oh, he's good, Kai Cameron. What a year he's had. Kicks from centre half back to centre half forward. At centre half forward, almost to Marcus has taken it. It's Tyler Kelly, who's kicked a goal early in the quarter. Marks on the 50-metre line. Tyler Kelly, Josh Murray standing on the mark. Thought about handballing. Now he's changed his mind. Now he dodges around the man on the mark. Kicks short and sideways to Charlie Castle. Charlie's under pressure. Charlie breaks a tackle. Handballs backwards to Wicks. Wicks dances. Wicks is tackled. And illegal disposal as a little bit of pushing and shoving takes place. It'll be free kick to Burnie at centre half back if they don't give it away and do something stupid at centre half back.
Free kick to, it might be Murray.
A 50-metre penalty.
Just can't afford that. It just can't afford that discipline because Devonport had dominated the previous 5 minutes and clearly getting on top. Something like that can just turn the game. The Dockers now with Rowbottom. And another 50, Brian. Can you believe that? Another 50-metre penalty. And Devonport now have given Burnie some breathing space. Opportunity to kick their third goal. So undisciplined by the Pies. And Rowbottom should not miss to kick Burnie's third. Burnie now go to 3 goals, 4-22, 20 points behind Devonport, 6-6-42, undisciplined.
Yeah, it certainly was. Seen too many 50-metre penalties in the finals. I know you've got to fire the flag and retaliate if you're upset, but just don't do it. Winning the game's more important. That was completely against the runner play, a double banger. So this Kai Raybottom kicks an important goal for the Dockers. I mean, the Devonport aren't too far away now. They're back to a 20-point ball game, which is nothing in this game of Aussie rules football. So back in the centre, Elphinstone. It'll be Elphinstone versus Lockwood back in the centre. Elphinstone versus Lockwood.
Bo's gone to full forward, Brian.
Bo's gone to full forward.
They need to get Kelly back on him.
Okay, so...
And here comes Kelly now.
So the ball's tapped forward. Emmett Smith leads in the race, but he's been pickpocketed by Oliver Kelly, who handballs sideways to Van Buren. Van Buren's handball's intercepted. Comes back to Oliver Kelly, who's tackled. And tackled illegally, and Oliver Kelly's been given a free kick. Playing very well, Oliver Kelly. He always does. Been given a free kick about 65 metres out from goal.
I'd imagine Fletcher Kelly will go straight to Bogue.
6 plays 3-4. Oliver Kelly with a free kick. He's looking at the goals. He'll be right on his limit. In fact, he's thought about handballing sideways. Said he elects to get a drop punt to the 10-metre square. Getting underneath is Wolf, and Wolf takes a strong mark. Good part, Josh Wolf. He's marked to the last line defence.
Burnie with a number. Oh, Wolf turned it over, and Kelly, and that's 50. 50. Undisciplined. Two goals now. One to Burnie and one to Devonport through undisciplined play. And Devonport now will kick their 7th, and Tyler Kelly will kick his second. Magpies go further ahead. They go to 7-6-48. 26 points in front of Burnie, 3-4-22. Devonport are starting to open up Burnie with their clean disposal. Burnie just aren't able to finish the play, Brian Payne.
Yeah, quite a clear 50-metre penalty there. That's don't like seeing that sort of thing. So far in this game, we're only about 20 minutes in the second quarter. We've seen 3 50-metre penalties, and they kick down the ground. And this is from the top 2 sides in the competition. Don't do it, fellas. Play football. Play disciplined football. Disciplined football wins grand finals. 7-6 plays 3-4, marching back to 26 points in favour of the reigning premiers. And Lockwood got the tap down, but comes straight down to Bourne. Bourne's tackled. Handballs to Plant. He's under pressure. Plants his tackle straight away, and he's been penalised for holding the ball. And the tackler's been rewarded there, and the tackler is
Cameron, isn't he been good?
Kai Cameron. I think he's been the best player on the ground in the first quarter, but he probably won't get the number of possessions and probably miss out in the medal. He deserves it if it was given now. Kicks towards centre half forward, over the back of the pack. Flock of Magpies. Fish up with Charlie Castles. Charlie kicks. Oh, great vision. Kicks sideways. He's overcooked it. He was after Jack Forster. Miss Forster. Forster's got it now. Handballs back to Bramage. Bramage kicks brilliantly smothered. Ball tapped backwards. Van Buren leads in the race. Van Buren's tackled by about 3 Dockers. And what's happening? Umpire blows a whistle. Ball will take place just inside Devonport's 50-metre arc.
Deep into the second term. Devonport 7-6-42. 26 points in front of Burnie. Ball been thrown up, and it's a free kick, and it's going to go to Lockwood, who's starting to get on top of young Elphinston. Lockwood and Elphinston are 2 young up-and-coming ruckmen, both playing important roles for their club today. Elphinston just starting to get on... Lockwood just starting to get on top. Lockwood's going to kick from 50. In comes young Lockwood. Evan Lockwood kicks top of the square. Douglas couldn't catch it. Great tackle down there. Burnie Dockers defending grimly. And we're going to get a ball up 10 metres out from the Devonport goal. Deep into the second term. Can the Pies get another one before half time? Ball being thrown up. Elphinston. Tyler Kelly off the contest. Kicks and misses and puts the Magpies 7th behind. 7-7-49 Devonport. They lead Burnie 3-4-22, and we've gone 22 minutes and 40 seconds into the second term.
About 4 minutes to go in the second term, and it's important 4 minutes it is, as this kick has been goes to the far side. It's marked over there by Barrett. Now, Barrett kicks a long kick towards the forward line, almost marked at Ray Bottom. It's punched clear, picked up by Bramage, handballs backwards to Hawks. Hawks a handball wide to Stewart. Stewart's a handball wide to Bramage. Bramage, what's he going to do? He's going to kick it. Kicks towards the centre half forward position. Wolf flies and takes us. No, he didn't have enough of it. Yes, he did, so the umpire playing very well, Josh Wolf. He's got terrific hands. Kicks short towards Walters, short and wide, and it's out of bounds. They'll be bound to show him deep on Devonport's half-forward flank on the Latrobe High School side of the ground.
Just another example there, Brian, of Burnie not completing the play. Good mark by Wolf, but couldn't hit the target 20 metres away on his own.
They're still right in this game. It's only 27 points, and there's a long, long way to go, and they've played some good footy this year. This game's on over a long way. Devonport playing the better football. They deserve their 27-point lead. As the kick goes towards centre half forward, picked up by Elmer. Elmer kicks towards the forward line. It's punched away from Castles. Castles follows up. Castles works his way through the pack. Charlie snaps. He's missed, I think. He's pushed it away. He's kicked it. The way the umpire was going, he ran right away to his right. And Charlie Castles could be a real match in this game. He's kicked 4 goals. The Burnie Dockers between them have only kicked 3. And Charlie has kicked 4 magnificent goals in the first half.
Terrific goal by Castles. Looks really switched on. Nash has got hold of Charlie the last couple of times that they've played. And I know Charlie's come in very, very determined. He's kicked 4 goals to half-time. Very good effort in the grand final. There's no doubt about that. Ball being brought back to the middle. The Magpies now hold a commanding 33-point lead. And Burnie are struggling to stay intact with this Magpie machine. Poked 2 weeks ago. Nick Walters wins the ball, gives it out towards Dylan Smith. Dylan Smith by hands to Bogue. Bogue now under pressure from Van Buren. Handballs, it doesn't get it out from Walters. Great tackling by Kelly. Gives it out to Burnell. Burnell out to Cousins Hampton. Cousins Hampton drives Devonport forward. Boundary line beats all. Boundary throw in wide. Scoreboard side of the ground. 55 plays 22. Devonport's absolutely starting to dominate this game. And many here today. Would have thought it was going to be a lot closer than this, but people had a feeling that Devonport were poked second semi-final day and they were awoken. Elmer tries to get through. Great play by Dylan Smith, who's been good today. Out of the contest, tries to kick a long torpedo punt, goes towards Barrett. Ball's punched away from Hawks. He gets the ball back from Kelly. Hawks goes short and sharp and finds Bramage. Bramage just holds his shape on that wing. Bramage goes backwards and finds Fletcher Kelly. Now Fletcher Kelly goes further back and finds Cameron, who's absolutely been superb today. Cameron with a bit of time, going to go towards Cousins Hampton. Over the head, didn't hit the target. Devonport with the numbers. Elmer comes in. Handballs. Great pick up off the ground to Cousins. Free kick. Burnie just starting to get frustrated here. Magpies now owning the game. Elmer goes back and finds Van Buren. Looks like Van Buren's just... Simmons, he's just playing at centreman now. Simmons. Relieved of the duties of looking after Plant today. Now Simmons goes towards the grandstand. Ball's punched away from Wilkinson. French has been pushed over the line by Lowe. Boundary throw in right in front of the Devonport coaching staff box. 8-7-55 the Pies. They lead Burnie 3-4-22. 26 and a half minutes gone, second term.
Expecting the side to go any time now, and Devonport will take a handy lead into the half-time break. Bogue went for the tap on this occasion. Fish up with Dylan Smith. He's trying to bust his way through the pack. Didn't take the football with him. Ball comes down to Nick Walters. Kai Cameron steals the ball, gets it to Harry Elmer, sends a long kick towards goal as Harry, and it hits the goal post. Almost a goal. Kick by Harry. And the siren sound has it. The people are gathering together. So mini-league game's about to start. So that was the last kick. Hit the fat plastic bit on the bottom of the goal post, did Harry, with the last kick of the first half. So a terrific performance by Devonport in the first half. They lead 8-8 to 3 goals 4. 8 goals 8 to 3 goals 4. So that's a 34-point lead to the Devonport Magpies. Hard to see them getting beaten from here. Now goal kickers for Devonport. Charlie Castles having a day out up forward. He's got 4 goals in the first half. Well done, Charlie. Tyler Kelly has 2. Braden Van Buren and Alex Cousins Hampton have singles. And for the Burnie Dockers, Reedy Barrett kicked their first, Jeremy Plant kicked their second, and Kai Raybottom kicked their third after being on the receiving end of a 100-metre penalty. So at half-time, Devonport 8-8-56, lead Burnie 3-4-22. The margin is 34 points. It's going to be hard for the Dockers now, Ned.
Oh, look, it's very, very hard. I tipped the Dockers. I tipped Devonport by 29. I just thought that their form last week coming in today was just sensational. Burnie's my concern with Burnie was who was going to kick their goals, and look, that's certainly been the case today. Plant's kicked one, kicked a beautiful goal. Cameron's had the better of Plant. Devonport just been able to finish the play, being clean with their skills, being good at the one-on-ones. Burnie have just fumbled the football, missed targets. I don't know whether that's because of what the scoreboard reads, because of pressure, but Devonport are just handling the occasion a lot better today than what Burnie are. You can hear that big boo there. Burnie Dockers grandstand is right where the umpires race is, and the umpires have just gone off, and they've been given an absolute mouthful by the Burnie Dockers. We've got a mini-league game on here, Brian, between Devonport and Burnie, and my grandson makes his debut for the Magpies, number 11.
Okay, we're not going to call the mini-league game, but the Burnie Dockers first to attack in the mini-league, and they might get the first goal of the game from close range. No, they won't. So while the mini-league's going on, just repeating the half-time score, Devonport have a handy lead at half-time. They lead 8-8-56 to 3 goals 4-22, so the margin is 34 points in favour of the Devonport Magpies. If we get up today, it'll be 3 in a row for the Devonport Football Club. That's all we have here for the time being, Doc. We'll go back to you in the Coast FM studio, Doc. Coast FM is football.
We're Trevor.
And Leilani.
From Cleaning Care.
No, cleaning with care.
For you and your home. House cleans.
Basic carpet and car cleans.
Upholstery cleans, including pet beds available.
Offering affordable rates for all.
Phone Trevor 0475 507 383.
Or Leilani 0473 794 984.
Cleaning with care for you and your home. Sponsors of Coast FM.
Volunteers are integral to delivering the extensive range of aged care services provided by Emerson Park in Smithton. Work undertaken by our volunteers is highly respected by the Circular Head community and greatly appreciated by the residents, clients and staff. Emerson Park take great care to ensure our volunteer placement is a satisfying experience. By volunteering, you can make a difference, learn new skills, meet people and make friends. We offer all volunteers the opportunity to develop a career in aged care, with many of our current staff members commencing their careers as volunteers. Inquire today on 6452 9400, Coast FM sponsor. Ever thought of yourself as a powerful member of your local community? As a customer of Smithton and Districts Community Bank, that's exactly who you are. Because when you choose to bank with us, it sets in train a cycle that results in great outcomes for your local community. Banking with a community bank means your community shares in the bank's income. The local community then decides what projects and initiatives that income is spent on, which leads to great things happening in your community, and that's a powerful thing. So make great things happen. Drop into the Smithton and Districts Community Bank at 29 Smith Street, Smithton. Phone 6452 2465 or visit bendigobank.com.au. Coast FM sponsor.
Hi, this is Glenn Boss for RAD, recording artists, actors and athletes against drink driving. Well, it's Magic Millions time again, and that usually means long lunches, a few drinks and a bit of a flutter. So here's a really hot tip. Don't gamble by driving after you've been drinking. Behind the wheel or on foot, the road's no place for anyone who's had a couple. Before you drink, plan ahead. Share a taxi or arrange a designated driver who won't drink. Bet on the horses, not on your life.
That's when I fell in love with a girl made in Japan. In the dark of the night we would lay on Tokyo Bay, till the singing of the birds woke us up at the break of day. A smile and eyes always seem to try to understand all the love in my heart for the girl made in Japan. My transistor radio comes from far away. When it's night over there, over here it's breaking day.
The NWFL Match of the Day broadcast is made possible by JMC Burnie and Devonport. Proudly support live local footy and Coast FM. Find the ideal vehicle for your lifestyle and budget at jmc.com.au. LMCT 3060. Now let's return to the football action here on Coast FM.
Yeah, just before we go back to the Blokes at Latrobe, Charlie Castles has kicked 4 goals for Devonport side. Tyler Kelly has kicked a couple, also singles to Braden Van Buren and also Alex Cousins-Hampton. And for the Burnie Dockers, 3 goals they have kicked from Kai Rowbottom, Rudy Barrett, who kicked the first, Jeremy Plant, who kicked the second, and Kai Rowbottom, who kicked the third goal. 8-8-56. The score on the board at half-time, 3-4-22 to the Burnie Dockers. A bit of work to do for the Burnie Dockers and Andy Lee as we take you back to Latrobe and Brian Payne and Dale Perry.
Thanks very much, Doc. Devonport dominated that second term. They kicked 6 goals, 4 to Burnie's 3 goals, 1. And where Devonport are getting on top, I said earlier, they are able to complete their plays, their skills, whether it be by feet or by hand. They're hitting the targets. Burnie are really struggling. Devonport are just getting numbers around the football. Burnie aren't. Devonport look dangerous when they go inside forward 50. Burnie don't. And look, if it wasn't for probably Dylan Smith and Joshua Murray winning the ground ball, Burnie would be in a lot of pain. But look, the game's certainly not over. These two sides have played some memorable games over the last 3 times. But if Devonport win the next 15 minutes of this game, Brian Payne, then they are in line for the first time in their 142-year history to win 3 on the trot.
Well, yeah, certainly be a further than they can do that. Their last 2 grand finals 2 years ago, they beat Penguin by 5 points last year against the Wynyard Cats with 7 points. So maybe came to when the margin's less than 10 points, you're playing a game with an oval ball. It's got to be a fair bit of luck involved. If they continue on their merry way today, there'll be no luck involved in today's victory. They'll be just proving themselves as being the best side in the competition for 2023. Certainly playing a lot better than they did in the second semi-final, though.
Oh, they certainly are. And look, that loss, many of people said it was a loss that they had to have. You know, it just woke Devonport up. They learnt so much from that defeat. They've changed the way that they've set up forward of the football, and it's got back to hunger. People have got to remember, Devonport have only lost 1 game this year, and that was by 6 points. And they were clearly the best side earlier in the year, and they've got back that form. Every side throughout the year, whether it be through injury or boredom or whatever, they just go through a little lull. The Magpies had theirs and lost their only game by 6 points, but they're back. They proved that last week when they were dominant against Wynyard, and they've just dominated this game. And that second term, as I said, they were able to execute and get numbers around the ball, and just Burnie could not compete. Wolf across half-back's been good for Burnie, but Devonport now have bypassed Wolf and gone deep. Castles have been fantastic, kicked 4 goals to half-time. Cameron's done a superb job on Plant. I just think that's a really good move, putting Cameron on Plant. Fletcher Kelly was terrific across half-back that term. Cooper Stewart continues his good play. Bogue and Lowe at half-time, Bogue has got 7 possessions and Lowe has got 10. But what Lowe's done is he's taken away the influence of Bailey Bogue. Very, very important cog in Burnie's side. When Bailey Bogue plays well, Burnie usually wins. Lowe has probably had to curtail his game a little bit today, but still managed to pick up 10 possessions and crucial possessions. But Bailey Bogue's had no impact on the game whatsoever. He was a big reason why Burnie marched straight into the grand final with their victory over Devonport 2 weeks ago. Hasn't been able to play that type of football today simply because Lowe has been right beside his side.
Okay, put your coach's cap on now, Dale. You're Andrew Lee. What do you tell the Burnie Dockers, and what positional changes do you make?
Well, I don't know whether... I think
Barrett's probably better suited down back. I think they're going to have to push Wolf forward, Brian. They have to kick some goals. Wolf across half-back can give them some connection with his marking and his pace at ground level. So Wolf going forward would be one move. Probably pushing Bogue forward for 15 minutes, but then you take the risk. Lowe runs around on his own. But look, Bogue and Wolf forward for me to at least enable Burnie to look like they're going to kick some goals.
Yeah, Bartley, Rudy Barrett's been reasonably. He kicked probably only 1 or 2 possessions. Kicked a nice goal to get Burnie very early in the second quarter, but that might be a good move. Put Barrett back and try Wolf. They like Wolf on the back line, but you can't claim he can only play on one end of the ground. So the mini league's on at the moment. I'm not keeping the score. How's your grandson going out there? AFL material, is he?
Absolutely, Brian. And looks like Collingwood player in the future. But no, look, 10 minutes of this third term, we're going to tell whether Burnie have got the ability to come back. But I can't remember the last time I've seen Devonport throw a lead away like this.
Yes, the mini league's going on at the moment. It's a bit longer half time than usual. Good to see some of the stars of the future out there strutting their stuff. One low light of the first quarter from both sides. 50-metre penalties, late kicks down the ground. For the top two sides, just far too many in the first half. As a coach, I hated that thing when you coach, particularly in the finals.
And especially when the end result is a goal. You work so hard, and then to give away, Devonport gave a 100-metre penalty away and allow Burnie some breathing space. You just can't do that in the grand final, because at the end of the day, sometimes it just comes down to moments, and you certainly don't want that moment to be that 100-metre penalty in the 15-minute mark of the second term. But for me right now, Devonport are clearly on top. They've got... You go through the Devonport side and tick, 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 tick. Yeah. Burnie, Murray, good. Dowling was good the first term. Robot has been okay. April Smith's been quiet. Wolf's been good. Nick Walters, okay. Martin's been quiet. Nash has been quiet. Barrett's been quiet. Plant's been quiet. Emmett Smith was good early, been quiet. Dylan Smith had a terrific second quarter. Finn McGuinness has been quiet. Albertson's just died away a little bit. Bailey Bogue's been okay, but hasn't been the Bailey Bogue that we know. Imogen French has been okay. Byrne, quiet. Ruth Bourne, quiet. Kurt Everett, quiet. Marley Bourne, quiet. Jack O'Harrell, quiet. So when you've got so many quiet players, and on the other side of the ledger, busy at Devonport. Devonport have been busy today, and Burnie haven't, and the scoreboard reflects that.
Yeah, I go through the game after each game. I get home and go through this list and put ticks. Looking at the Devonport side, it's hard to find a weakness in the first half. Hasn't played Bramage been good in the finals. He played very well 2 weeks ago, and a lot of his teammates didn't, but he's been consistent over the...
Just a case of perseverance, Brian. Now, Bo Bramage might have played his 50th game through the year. Now, Bo Bramage has been at Devonport for a long, long time. He might have played 3 or 4 senior games last year, and unfortunately got omitted. Just got suspended before the final series. The year before, I don't think he played a senior game. He stuck there, he stayed there, and today didn't play like they do in the second half as they did in the first. He's going to get the first medal around his neck. He's going to become a premiership player. So that's what perseverance is all about. And Bo Bramage, BOG for Devonport in their second semi-final loss. Their best player behind Quade Byard last week, and held his shape today. So, terrific story, Bo Bramage.
Yeah, Burnie almost at full strength. I lost a couple of handy players, Kynan West and Jimmy Dowling through injury. They'd have been handy out there today. But having said that, every side, not only here but in the AFL, goes in with 2 or 3 of their players injured. You never get a full squad on. And how good would that Caleb Van Buren and also Derrico,
Wyatt Kenny, the other Kelly, Declan Lee.
Yep. A lot of depth. The Devonport Magpies, they hold a 30.4-point lead at half-time, and through that depth they won the reserves by 53 points after dominating that competition all year. Devonport's only loss in league senior so far was the second semi. It's the last 2 years. They did lose 1 game, but they were roster games. think it was the Paul Keating, the Australian president, said the Prime Minister said the recession we had to have, well, Devonport had lost one game in 2021, one game last year, and the one game wasn't a roster game this year. That was the second semi-final to the Burnie Dockers, who played very well today, but gee, a lot of the players got licked in the second half. Burnie Dockers have made their way onto the ground. The mini-league game is finished. I don't think they won that game, but Burnie have made their way onto the ground, and just look at some of those players have been very, very bad. Half their team, probably 2-1 or even 0 possessions. When you have the statute after the game, they have everyone firing when you're playing a top-shelf side like the Devonport Magpies. The umpires are out here. The umpires had to walk past the Burnie supporters who have completely taken over the southern stand here at Latrobe, and they give them a big boo as they made their way up to the ground. It's not the umpire's fault that Burnie tried by 34 points. It's the fact that they're playing a very, very good football side who look like making it 3 in a row. Still waiting in Devonport to make their way onto the ground. Had some good games this year, Dale. It's great coming along calling terrific games of football. I know the last 3 games between Burnie and Devonport. Had some other really good games also. It just makes the game nothing worse than going along and calling a game where you virtually know the result before you as you're coming to the ground.
Who would forget the last roster game these two sides played at West Park when, look, Burnie looked like they had the game in their keeping and the Pies come home. And this is what can happen with these two sides. Both sides, they play their game out, but Devonport, that level, their skill level went up to match the occasion. Burnie didn't. And look, that's easy to turn around. So whether Burnie can do it remains to be seen.
Yeah, if they can't, we just had a bit more respectability to the scoreboard. No 50-metre penalties, no kicks down the ground. Nothing silly, just play the ball and just try and work your way. Even if you win the second half and don't win the game, you can get some positives out of it to take into season 2024, because the Burnie Dockers have come a long, long way this season, picking the second half.
As a football club, they've come a long way. As we said before the game, Jamie Bogue and Andy Lee have been wonderful ambassadors for their football club. They've brought it together, and it is a good football club.
Yeah, good football club, and they're certainly on their way back, and I can see them winning a premiership somewhere in the near future. And Devonport has taken a long, long time to get onto the ground. I don't know why Kurt Byard, the coach, is taking...
I hope he hasn't announced his retirement at half-time.
He announced that a few weeks ago. Yeah, it could be 7 new coaches next year, Dale, if you include East Devonport coming into the fold. It'll be 7 clubs looking for a coach in season. The only one that's sticking is Andy Lee.
Is there 7 coaches out there, Brian? That's a hard gig. People don't realise the amount of time and stress that goes into coaching a regional side in the senior competition. It's you talk about pressure at AFL level, different type of pressure, but coaching at this level requires a lot of time and effort. Kurt Byard has coached Devonport into 5 grand finals in a row. That's just phenomenal. I think he's had it for 6 years and 5 grand finals. Just a phenomenal record, and as I've said before in other forums, Kurt Byard should be made a life member of the Devonport Football Club. A win, lose, all draw today. He's been terrific. He's got the Magpies back. They're relevant. They've won premierships. Hasn't broke the club. It's made the club. To see the young kids around Devonport now wear the grey and black colours, it's just wonderful. So, and you see that in Burnie too when you drive around Burnie. So both clubs have put a lot of time and effort into their community and reaping the rewards.
Yes, well done to Kurt. Looks like a win coming up to Devonport, but you never know. The Burnie Dockers might fight back in the second half, which is about to get underway right now. And once again, it'll be Ilfingstone versus Lockwood. They're a good battle in the first.
Wolves at full forward, Brian.
Wolves at full forward. Okay, well, that's a good move because he can take a hanger if the ball goes down to him. Rackeye handballs out the pack to Quade Byard. Lowe steals the ball. Player was taken high, I thought. It was he? No, he wasn't. The tackle was good. Umpire was Kai. He's indicating a high tackle, but the umpire's having nothing to do with it. So it'll be a ball up at Devonport centre half forward position. Lockwood took the ball out of the end. Handball in the Low direction. Low has it. Low goes wide to Bramage. Bramage a handball back to Low. Low kicks towards the lead of Tyler Kelly. It's over his head. Waiting behind is Bayard Quaid. Quaid lowers the eyes. Quaid kicks towards a lead in the forward line. Getting on the half volley there was Castles. But
kick down the ground.
Another kick down the ground.
Yeah.
Well, who was the offender on this occasion? It must have been very, very late.
I think it was Oakley Smith pushed Bayard in the back. Frustrations starting already.
Well, no, that's not going to get them back into the game. And who's there with the ball? Is that little Ty Burnell with the ball?
It looks like it's Lenny Douglas.
Oh, Lenny Douglas, okay. Still a small young players, Devonport. So Douglas has been getting a free kick in the forward pocket. Another really kick down the ground. Shoots for goal and has just missed, not by much. He's went across to the far side. So that's the first score of the second half. It's a minor score kick by Devonport.
Burnie now goes straight down the middle of the ground. A good contest over there between Van Buren and Barrett. Ball hits the ground. Walters bounces back up. Douglas knocks it out. Van Buren gets it off the contest. Over to Rackeye. Rackeye with good hands to Douglas. Douglas kicks Devonport deep into attack. Ground levels Kelly. Kelly gives it to Tyler Kelly. Tyler Kelly from the top of the square. Kicks the Magpies home. Kicks their ninth. And the toolbox hatches are starting to open up, Brian. The hammer's coming out. The Magpies have just gone bang to Burnie. And Devonport kicked the first goal of a very, very important 10-minute period for the third term.
And Tyler Kelly, along with Charlie Castles, is earning his post-match beers. Charlie's kicked 4 goals. That was Tyler Kelly's 3. Tyler's third goal, and that's just exactly what the Burnie Doctor supporters didn't want in the second half of Devonport to kick the first goal. Devonport 9-9-63. Burnie 3-4-22. Margin out to 41 points. Burnie needs centre clearances. Need to get something going. Back in the centre. And it's Lockwood getting the tap down. First to the ball there was Smith. Ball's knocked out of his hands. The pack develops close to the centre circles. And the umpire calls for a stoppage. Up goes the football. Up go the ruckman. Lockwood another tap down. Comes down to Smith, who's going for a run. Smith short and sideways. Nash is his target. Nash is chasing the ball with Charlie Castles in the hot pursuit. Ball goes through the interchange gates for a boundary show in right in front of the Coast FM composition. As Charlie heads back to the full forward line. Nash's opponent following him. Charlie has 4 goals. It's been match-winning 4 goals. There's a bit of pushing and shoving takes place off the ball. Umpire looking at it. In comes the boundary throw in. Coming through his Bogue. Bogue's tackled to the ground. And the Devonport supporters want to hold the ball. Umpire's got it right to be a ball up in the middle of the ground. There's a bit of a spot fly takes place off the ball. Break it up, fellas. Play football. That's the grand final. You don't win football by being silly, taking your angry pills. As Craig Bard leads the race. Now, players grab out the ball. It's a Burnie player. It's Dylan Smith. And Dylan has been given a free kick. Playing well, Dylan. One of the Dockers' few best players. Kicks towards the lead. His target is Everett. It's over Everett's head. Football going towards the boundary line. First will be Aussie Byrne. Aussie tries to handball wide to his teammate there, Finn McGuinness. Misses McGuinness. Ball over the boundary line. Boundary show in on Burnie's half-forward flank grandstand side.
Devonport skill game and pressure games first rate today, and Burnie just aren't able to go with it. There's a kick down the ground against Dylan Smith, is it?
And it's going to be reversed.
Oh my lord!
Well,
it's become a comedy. Like some of these blokes, honestly, both sides.
This is about the ninth brain melt we're saying today.
Dylan Smith with the free kick, grandstand side of the ground, gets around Quaid Bayard. Smith now kicks Burnie inside 50, goes over the head, it bounces towards Elmer. Elmer's grabbed high, no free kick paid. Barrett picks the football up, good strength by Barrett, couldn't get the ball out. Elmer knocks it back in, but has it gone out of bounds?
Yeah.
It's gone out of bounds. We're going to get a boundary throw in right on Burnie's forward 50. Scoreboard side of the ground. I think umpire's to throwing the whistle away. There's free kicks in that encounter there. Ball being thrown in. Bogue tries to take it out of the air. Good tackle by Cameron. Bogue with strength. Gives it out to Barrett. Barrett puts it forward 15 metres. Good hands by Simmons. Goes to his captain in Bayard. Bayard slams it outside 50. Murray with good skills. Kicks it forward to Wolf. Ball's been punched away by Simmons, and we're going to get another boundary throw in. Still 50 metres from the Dockers' goal. We've gone 5.5 minutes in the third term. Devonport 9-9-63. They lead Burnie 3-4-22.
That's a huge margin in the grand final, 41 points. Here comes the boundary throw in. Bow got the tap. Tapped it wide to Bourne. Bourne's tackle straight away. Devonport's tackling's been good. As the pass tackle to the ground, what's Oliver going to do? He's going to ball it up deep on Burnie's half-forward flank on the far side of the ground. Bogue, the Bulldog medalist. Now Wolf goes to tap on this occasion, but he tips it straight to Clyde Bio, who's brilliantly smothered. Ball bounces back to Bio, who handballs to Bramage, who gets it back to Keegan Lowe with yet another possession. He kicks towards the wing, strong mark taken over there by Emmett Smith. Emmett Smith kicks towards the centre of the ground, mark taken in the middle by Austin Byrne. Now Byrne goes for a run, he's a left footer, kicks towards the forward pocket. In front is Cameron, ball knocked away from him. They're playing volleyball with it. Keegan Lowe has it, gets it back to Kai Cameron, and Kai Cameron was tackled, illegal disposal, and the tackle's been rewarded, and the tackler is Josh Wolf. Oakley Smith. They look alike from a distance, aren't they, with the long sleeves, all the builds. Oakley Smith, those bright orange boots, has been given a free kick. And the man on the mark is 40 metres out, and Oakley will kick from a 45-degree angle. To say the Dockers need this is an understatement. What can you do, Oakley? Number 5 for the Burnie Dockers. They need goals. Your team needs you. He comes close to the man on the mark, shoots for goal. He's made the distance all right. He's put it through. Put it through. Well done, Oakley Smith. The Dockers needed that one there.
They did. Devonport have dominated the first 7 minutes of this term, but they've kicked the goal against the Tide. Hopefully that can spark something in the Burnie side. Very, very badly needed goal. Burnie now go to 4-4-28. They trail the reigning premiers 9-9-63. Next stoppage crucial. If Burnie can get one back here, they can just sneak a little bit closer and maybe lift the spirits of the Burnie Dockers. Devonport have certainly dominated the first 7 minutes of this term. To kick that goal was very, very handy. Ball being brought back to the middle. Elphinston and Lockwood go at it again. Lockwood knocks it over the top. Dylan Smith, as he's done all day, couldn't control it there. Wicks comes out, tackled beautifully by Dylan Smith. Good second effort by Smith. He's been really good in the second term and the first part of this third term. Comes out wide, and Oakley Smith got what he should have taken. Good pressure from Lowe, keeps his feet. Clear handball to Castles. Castles goes long, kicks to his captain Byard. Devonport's skills are just up and about. Byard now goes forward. Good interception by Dylan Smith, who's just been sensational since quarter time. He's tackled. Able to kick the ball forward 20 metres. Kelly comes through. Couldn't control the ball. Bourne comes in. Goes in hard and low. And can't get the ball out. We're going to get the ball up right on top of Devonport's forward 50. Grandstand side of the ground. 8.5 minutes gone in the third term. Elphinson puts it in front of Bogue. Bogue quickly drives it down the wing, and Cooper Stewart takes the mark centre wing. Every time he comes off that interchange bench, he has an impact straight away. Cooper Stewart, centre wing. He's been told to play on. Drives it long for his ruckman. And a good mark though. It hasn't been paid by Oliver Kelly. Vaughan now pinches it off Kelly. Drives Burnie forward. Oh. And that man again. 21, Kai Cameron. Done a great job on plant. Cameron goes sideways and finds Cooper Stewart. Cooper Stewart goes long and low and finds Wicks. Wicks goes back. Half full, half back for Burnie. A bit of time. Kicks it short and hits a target in Cousins Hampton. Cousins Hampton played in Devonport's 21 premiership side. Missed last year. Hampton unsure what to do, so he goes short. Devonport's got some pass, unchecked, and finds Kelly in the middle of the ground. That's Oliver Kelly. Oliver Kelly. Been a wonderful player for Devonport. Kelly going to go to Stewart. Stewart back into centre square, goes forward, puts the ball in front of Forster. Forster swings around on his left, centres the football, and Bailey Bogue takes a good contested mark, 20 metres out for Burnie.
Yeah, Bailey Bogue at centre half back the reigning Bulldog medalist. He won it for the third time last Sunday. Kicked a spiral, part of barrel towards the forward line. The way marking his chest there is little Harry Elmer, who's been very good today. Short to Oliver Kelly. Harry runs down the ground, and his kicker spiral has been marked by Charlie Castles. He probably marked it in range. The change there looks like Geordie Dowling is playing on Castles now. This will be right in his limit, Charlie Castles. We're right behind him, Dale, and I will call it from here. He has 4 goals. He's going to have to... Probably hasn't got the journey, I don't think. Not quite. What can you do, Charlie? This is his 5th goal. Opens up the angle, shoots for goal. It's across the face towards the forward pocket. They find the forward line. Almost a mark to Kelly. Did have enough with nose of the umpire. Play on. Pack develops 15 out from the Devonport goal. Devonport players say, wasn't that a mark? Umpires said no. He's the one with the whistle. 9-9 plays 4-4. Margin 35 points. Dockers deep in enemy territory. As ball comes down to the player there in Forster, who kicks high towards the forward pocket. It's picked up and cleared by Bogue towards the centre of the ground. In front of his pants, ball back away from him. Wicks is in front. Wicks is knocked off the football. Picked up by Lowe. He goes backwards to Cameron. Handballs backwards to Hawks. Hawks a handball to Lowe. Lowe's going to finish up with leather poisoning again. Lowe towards centre half forward. Can someone take a mark of centre half forward? No, they can't. Or can they? Umpires found a free kick, and it's against the Devonport for a push out. And the player pushed out as Barley Bogue has been given the free kick at centre half back.
Barley Bogue's positioned himself across half back and already picked up 4 quick possessions. Burnie trying to get the ball out of defence. Emmett Smith now will drive it down the wing. Grandstand side of the ground. Hawks couldn't mark the ball. Elmer goes in hard. Plamp good in the contest. He's flung out of bounds. The umpire's been talked into a free kick there. What a woeful decision. They're given to Devonport. Now Simmons goes inside and he finds Cooper Stewart. Cooper Stewart of Devonport goes long, 45, and finds Forster who takes... Oh, he hasn't played the mark. Forster goes back in at ground level, gives it to Lowe. Lowe left foot kicks it in, and it's a good mark taken down there. Is that taken down there by Geordie Dowling? Dowling were very, very good early in the first term. Now Dowling comes wide and he finds Austin Byrne. Austin Byrne is still in his defence. Kicks it down and a good mark taken there on the chest by Finn McInnes right in front of his coach's box. Burnie trying to work their way down the ground. Goes in towards the centre. Devonport with the numbers. Oliver Kelly at the back of the contest. Comes in, kicks it short, goes over Cousins Hampton's head. Gives Emmett Smith an opportunity now to drive the Burnie Dockers forward. And he finds down there in Kurt Everett. Everett now quickly turns, plays on and goes long, looking for Plant. Plant at the pack, couldn't mark the ball. Simmons falls over. Wolf charges at it. So too does James Gray. Cousins Hampton comes in and tries to tackle. Barrett with strength. Gets the ball out, flicks it back. Picked up by Wolf. Wolf swings over. Kicks the ball over his shoulder and just misses. Burnie now go to 4-5-29. Devonport 9-9-63.
Yeah, I like the Wolf move for Wolf off forward. They've got to try something and they need goals, and Wolf's the sort of player that can do it. Margin back to 34 points. 34 points in favour of the Devonport Magpies as the football's close to boundary line. Now it's over that above mentioned line. Had a bit of pushing and shoving takes place, not a little spot fire. Too much of that today. Walk away, fellas. Not a good game, but a lot of ill discipline. And the free kick. That's about 10 brain melts we've had today. Rackeye short, mark taken by Lowe. He's been terrific today. Might give that Wayne Wing medal, I think it's called, a shake. Whatever the NWFL equivalent is to the North Smith medal. Kick short, mark taken by little Ty Burnell. The smallest player on the ground, Ty Burnell. He's marked on the half-back flank. Lowe is out wide. Lowe marks on his chest. Okay, how many possessions Lowe had? He must be up to
10 this term.
10 this could be up to over 20, is he?
10, 16. Yeah.
Yeah, he's playing very, very well. The ball's been picked up by Bogue. Bogue's tackled straight away. Liverpool supporters, we're right above them and they want ball for that. That'd be an awful decision. Buzzers won't separate. They've got to wrestle and push and grab by the throat and do so many things. So it's just very unlike these two very well disciplined sides today. At least 10 or a dozen brain melts. So ball up on the wing. Lockwood taps it down but goes straight to Walters. Walters sends a punt kick towards the half-forward flank. In front is Rudy Barrett. Rudy kicks, screws around the corner towards centre half forward. It's not marked the centre half forward. Comes down to Stewart. His handball goes in the Bramwich direction. Bramwich kicks the ball off the ground. But leading in the race over there is Josh Murray. Josh Murray dodges around his opponent. Josh with a left foot kicks towards the forward pocket. He's kicked it straight to Kai Cameron. He marks on his chest. And Kai Cameron is having one hell of a good game.
He's a very, very, very dependable defender, Kai Cameron. Really picked up since Zach Derrico went injured. Now, Kai Cameron kicks it long and he finds Van Buren. Van Buren's played in the majority of the game in the middle. Now Van Buren continues that line, goes down the scoreboard wing, finds Cousins Hampton. Cousins Hampton's kicked us at the target. Emmett Smith takes the chest mark centre wing. Emmett Smith comes inside looking for, and intercepted by Lowe. This is Lowe's 11th possession this term. Lowe now in the middle of the Latrobe ground. Devonport kicking towards the hospital end. Lowe drives it long, deep. Douglas goes up. Ball goes over the back. Burn. Under pressure from Kelly. And that has to be deliberate. And being paid deliberate. And Tyler Kelly has an opportunity to kick his fourth. Now, Tyler's got trouble with his hamstring. He can't kick the ball a long way. But look, I think he can kick it that 30 metres. A wonderful move since Kelly's moved forward. Tyler Kelly comes around and doesn't spin enough. Top of the square. Two ruckman down in the goal square. Picked up by Emmett Smith. And he's been hurled without the football. And it's going to be a free kick to Emmett Smith deep in the back pocket for Burnie. It's under the scoreboard. 63 Devonport, 29 Burnie. 16.5 in the score in the third term. Emmett Smith. Left foot. Kicks down and finds Barrett. Barrett's been a little bit more busier this third term, playing a lot higher than what he had done in the first half. Barrett now, outside his defensive 50, kicks it long, down the wing. Cooper still at the back, couldn't mark. Bo Bramwich at the front, under pressure, kicks it forward 20 metres under pressure, finds Rackeye. Rackeye, centre wing, comes inside, finds Lowe. Possession number 12 this term. Lowe now, puts it under the scoreboard and finds his co-on balling Braden Van Buren. Van Buren kicks it short, looking for Douglas, and Douglas comes out and doesn't take the mark, and it's been punched out of bounds. We're going to get a bounty throw in under the scoreboard. 63 plays 29, 17.5 minutes gone.
Yeah, 34 points is the margin. Only one goal apiece this quarter, so at least Burnie have stopped the bleeding as they make a couple of interchanges both sides right in front of us. Here comes a bounty throw in. Big Logan Elvis has got the tap, going about 20 metres advance to the Dockers, comes straight to Bo Bramwich, who kicks hurriedly towards centre half forward, and taking a mark there is Rackeye. There's a player on his own at centre half forward, it's Wicks, and Wicks marks probably just within range. Wicks has been pretty good in the two finals. He's one of the few Devonport good players in that losing game against Burnie 2 weeks ago over at Devonport. Now he's directly in front of goal, and on the mark, Oakley Smith is probably 45 metres out. So Wicks, only Devonport's second goal of the quarter to increase the lead. What can you do, Joe? Shoots for goal. It's going to be touch and go. Right on the line they fly. That umpire, good position. He likes it. Devonport is celebrating and all running to Wicks. And that's a great goal kick by Jaden Wicks, who's had a pretty good last 3 or 4 weeks, Dale.
He has, and changed the position. Back out in the wing today, I've noticed, but back in form, so a very, very important part of Devonport's side. Devonport now go to 11 goals, 9.75, or is it 10?
10.
10, okay, 10, 9.69, Burnie 4, 5.29. It's back to 40 points, and we've gone just ticked over 19 minutes into the third term. Wonderful performance thus far from Devonport. Just executed and used the football a lot better than Burnie thus far. Thrown up in the middle. Alderson gets it over. Bourne. Ruth Bourne now drives Burnie forward. Rudy Barrett in front of Kelly. Barrett and Kelly jump in the air. Neither can get it. Devonport with numbers. Goes to Bramwich. Goes back to Cameron. Cameron with good hands. Goes over to Elmer. Elmer goes back to Bramwich. Bramwich kicks it off the ground. Makes another 40 metres, but it's been chipped off by Nick Walters. Nick Walters, a Burnie veteran, marks it on centre wing. Looks for Wolf and finds Wolf. Josh Wolf. They move forward after half time. Ball being driven long, so that was O'Harrell, and there's Wolf down the bottom there. Cameron forces the ball out of bounds, and we're going to have a boundary throw in 10 metres around from the point post, scoreboard side of the ground. Lowe coming off for a spell, Cousins Hampton on. Devonport have got a beef of midfielders on the side today. Thrown in, O'Harrell, Wolf. Wolf kicks it off the ground and just misses and puts Burnie's 6 behind on the board. Burnie go to 4 goals, 6-30. They trail Devonport 10-9-69.
Yeah, I like the move of Wolf up forward. He's looking dangerous. Our margin is 39 points in favour of Devonport as Cooper Stewart goes to run and kicks a long kick to the far side of the ground, over the back of the pack. Right behind there is Emig French. Handballs in the direction of Dowling. Dowling picks up the football. Handballs inboard to Oakley Smith. Oakley Smith sends a long bomb to the top of the 10-metre square. Needs someone to take a mark there. It's not marked, it's on the ground. Ball in dispute. A lot of players trying hard to get it out of the pack. What's the umpire doing? He's circling like Jaws. Now he blows the whistle. Ball up 16.5 metres out from the Dockers goal. Dockers got it down there. Kick a goal. They got it down there. Burnie Dockers. Narrow that margin down. Lockwood got another tap down. First it was Oakley Smith. Been dispossessed. Ball comes down. Picked up and cleared there by Harry Elmer towards the far side of the ground. In the way there's Murray. Murray does a pirouette. Spins around the circle. Steps over the boundary line. To be bound thrown deep on Burnie's half-forward flank on the eastern side of the ground. 69 plays 30. Devonport Magpies trying to make it 3 premierships in a row, leading by 39 points, 21.5 minutes into the quarter. As the ball is in dispute on the far side. Plus Dockers and Magpies trying hard to get it out of that ugly pack. It's that ball coming out of there. Notices the umpire. Ball up on the half-forward flank. There's another bit of pushing and shoving takes place. Far too much of that today.
Only 3 goals kicked in his third term. Devonport have 2 of them, Burnie 1. Waiting for the players to get up and get the ball back to the umpire. Ball going to be thrown up 60 metres from the Burnie goal. Thrown up. Lockwood knocks it down, being picked up by Bourne. He puts it inside to Byrne. Byrne kicks it off the ground, and he's been paid a free kick. Held when he didn't have the football. And Byrne for Burnie. Going to go long. He's got someone at the back there on his own. Hit the target. No, didn't hit the target. Hit the point post. We're going to get a bounty throw in. Deep into Burnie's forward line. We're nearly 3/4 time here. Just ticked over 22.5 minutes in the third term. Devonport hold a 39-point commanding lead. Ball being thrown in. O'Harrell at the front. Lockwood puts it towards the boundary line. Wolf picks up, swings and kicks Burnie's 5th goal. They look more dangerous now that Wolf's inside their 450 Brian Payne.
Yeah, certainly does. Well done to Josh Wolf. He's a good footballer, very all-round skilled player. And please they put him up forward. Looks very, very dangerous. Well, let's narrow the margin down to 33 points. We'll probably have 2 or 3 minutes to go on the quarter. That goal kick by Josh Wolf took the Dockers to 5-6-36. Devonport well on top still, 10-9-69.
And Bogue's in there also, so we spoke about that at half-time, putting Bogue and Wolf inside their 450, because it just gives them some class.
They have 2 class players up forward, going to kick a couple of late goals and set up a Barnston in last quarter. Back in the centre, Lockwood got the tap on this occasion, comes down to Smith, who kicks towards centre half forward. It bounced over the back of a couple of players. Stewart's in the way, been pushed on, picked up by Raybottom. Raybottom hands in the direction of Wolf. Wolf works his way through the pack, spills down to Plant. Plant snaps with the left foot. He's missed. Might have missed everything. No, just snuck in for a minor score. So Jeremy Plant has 1 goal. Had a quality stated, Jeremy. As the Dockers move to 5 goals, 7-37. Devonport 10-9-69. 32 points is the margin in the dying stages of the third quarter. Cooper Stewart goes to run. He has a bounce with the right foot. Kicks out towards the wing, uses his body well and taking a mark over there for Devonport. Oh, that was Cooper Stewart.
Rackeye.
Rackeye. Okay, Rackeye dancing. Sees, kicks in the Craig by direction. There's 2 Dockers there. To the raving is Wicks. Handballs inboard to Ty Burnell. Ty Burnell handballs to his teammate there at Cousins Hampton. Cousins Hampton tried to get it back to Ty Burnell and this. Turnover as the ball comes down to Oakley Smith. Oakley's going for a run. Kicks the ball towards Platt. And Platt takes a mark within range. Thought about centering it. Just go back and have a shot for goal, Jeremy. It's inside your distance. And he's marked 46 metres out. The angle's 45 degrees. He has one goal, Jeremy. It's a very, very handy goal late in the third quarter for the Burnie Dockers, if he can put it through. Quite a few goals this year, Jeremy Plant. Only has one today. I reckon the distance won't be a problem. Has he bought his compass though? Jeremy Plant. They need this. It's taking plenty of time. That's what the goal umpire does. Here comes Jerry Plant. Close to man on the mark. Shoots for goal. It's going to be touch and go. They fly on the forward line. A strong mark is taken right on the line by Plant. Or was it a goal before it went through?
It's either a goal or a mark. It can't be a point. It's either a goal or a mark.
Exactly, because it was a clean.
Oh, that's a poor decision.
Oh my goodness!
Honestly, that's a terrible, terrible decision. It's either goal or a mark, Brian.
It was a clean grab, so I'd either be through or taken a mark. I just can't.
Dear, oh dear.
Can't understand that. Oh well. The kick on will be taken. Barry Bogue marked the ball.
Never fumbled.
So Ben Hawkes will kick in for Devonport, the dying stages of the quarter. Ben goes to run. He's played a lot of good games for the Devonport Magpies. Number 23 kicks wide, and the ball bounces a few times over the boundary line for boundary throw in on the eastern wing. 26 minutes and 15 seconds were played in the quarter. Expecting the side to go any moment now.
And that would have been a very important goal for Burnie. Would have brought him back to about 26 points. There goes the siren, and look. They're kicking that goal, you can't go back, but if they kick that goal back to 26 points, they just get a sniff. And look, Burnie's last 4 or 5 minutes of that term were good, and they look better with Wolf and Bogue inside their forward 50 because they looked a little bit classy, allowed Plant to run around with a bit of space. So the Devonport clearly on top here at three-quarter time of the 2023 Grand Final. Devonport 10-9-69, Burnie 5-8-38. That term, Burnie kicked 2 goals 4, and the Magpies kicked 2 goals 1. So, look, even though Burnie were outplayed for the most part of that quarter, they still managed to outscore Devonport in the end. So, interesting if that last goal was paid and Burnie get the next one, they're back in it. So, anyone's game still, even though Devonport looked the better side all day, a grand finals won at the end of the fourth quarter, Brian.
Yeah, the only notable goal scorers in the game for Devonport, but Charlie Castle's kicking 4 and Tyler Kelly kicking 3. So the margin is 31 points in favour of Devonport at three-quarter time. We'll go back to Doc in the Coast FM studio.
Come and get your furniture from Newman. When you walk into our store, you'll find so much on the floor. We've got beds and lounges just for you. Window and floor coverings too. Newman's gives you more for less. Love Newman's Furniture Best. Delivering along the coast. We're not the biggest but the best, so come in, you'll be impressed. Come and get your furniture. Come and get your furniture from Newman.
Coast FM sponsor.
Squidding Theatre invites you to relive those wonderful years when radio was king, when we present the golden years of radio on stage at the Wynyard Senior Citizens Club. We'll take you back to the days of radio soap operas, the children's programs, and of course those adverts that some of us can still remember to this day. There'll be music, sound effects, and more than a little mayhem. So please come and join us at the Wynyard Senior Citizens Club, Friday and Saturday, October 6th and 7th at 7:30pm, with a matinee at 2pm, Sunday, October the 8th. Admission is by donation. Don't miss the golden years of radio, presented by Squidding Theatre in collaboration with Coast FM, part of the Spring-Loaded Festival. Squidding Theatre is a proud supporter of Coast FM.
The NWFL Match of the Day broadcast is made possible by JMC, Burnie and Devonport proudly support the Northwest Coast and Coast FM for a stress-free vehicle journey. Buy local. Start your search at jmc.com.au. LMCT 3060. Now let's return to the football action here on Coast FM.
Yes, 10-9-69, 31 points the difference to the Burnie Dockers. 5-8-38, 31 points the difference, and for the final time in season 2023, Ned Perry.
Thanks, Doc. Burnie need to kick the first 2 goals. They started to get on top the last 5 minutes of that term. They've just got to take a risk and push Bogue forward along with Wolf. They done that after half time. Some other players now have to step up inside the middle and push Rowbottom in, Bourne in, Dylan Smith in, keep Bogue and keep Josh Wolf inside their 450 and Plant, and hopefully those three stars can kick some goals. But we said at half time, we said all day, Devonport's skill level and pressure game has stood up. But when they get pace in the football, they're very, very hard to stop. They're spreading beautifully, giving the player with the ball something. Always give it to the first option, to the first target. And look, that football gels well in the grand final. So Devonport with an opportunity to win their first ever 3 premierships in a row in the club's 141-year history. It'll be a great send-off for Kurt Byard, who will finish the year finish his tenure coaching Devonport at the end of the year. To get into 5 grand finals and 3 premierships in a row, it's a wonderful record, and I'm quite sure that the Magpies will play the last quarter out, and let's hope that the Dockers can play like they did in the last 5 minutes of that third term.
Yeah, one thing in the Dockers' favour, they had produced some great last quarters this year. If we cast our mind with the last roster match when they played Devonport, come home with a wet sail, kicked 3-9, I think, in the last quarter, with some easy goals, lost by 3 points. And the last quarter against Wynyard in the qualifying final, that was absolutely sensational. It was a fairly even game, happy to win your football ground. And then the Dockers come out in the last quarter and played some 5-star football and finished up winning it, won quite comfortably. So they are a bit of the last quarter specialists, and the Burnie coaching staff will be hoping that happens again here. They're 31 points down. I can't see them getting up, but they can have some respectability to their scoreboard. So just waiting on the umpires to toss the ball up in the middle of the ground. We're right about the Devonport supporters here. And it might seem like it's fairly one-sided crowd, but the Burnie supporters have come along and they're a long way away from the commentary position, so all the cheering you hear from the supporters from the Devonport throng right underneath us. About to get underway in the final quarter. Devonport going to make it their 3rd win in 3 years. Like on Burnie stage, a remarkable comeback. It's going to be Lockwood versus Elphinstone. They've had a great battle in the ruck today. Lockwood at Devonport, Elphinstone at Burnie. Up they go. Lockwood got the tapped at about 20 metres advance of his side. Racco's in front, been kicked out of his hands. In the way there is Emmett Smith. Emmett's tackled to the ground, didn't have any prior opportunity. A ball up will take place between the Devonport end of the centre square and their 50-metre line. Up goes the football. Lockwood another tap. Gets down to Byard. Byard's tackled straight away. It's scrappy stuff. The player stops the thing up by the play the whistle. Now he's playing the whistle. And the ball will take place on Devonport's 50-metre paint. We're in the early stages of the final quarter of the grand final of 2023. Devonport lead by 31 points. Look at the ball in their forward line as Byard picks it up. Byard screws it around the corner towards the top of the 10-metre square. Players fly. It's on the ground now. Comes out to Wicks. Coming through strongly there was Aussie Burnie's tackle to the ground. And once again we'll have a stoppage. This time about 35 out from the Devonport goal.
Devonport into attack. Crucial first goal from both sides. Magpies get it. They just take over the game. Burnie get it, they're back in it. Good tackle by Lowe. Can't get the ball out. And we're going to get another ball up. Still 35 metres from the Magpie goal. Thrown up. Elphinstone with height, knocks it over the top. Bogue with courage, kicks it out, goes to Wicks. Wicks bangs it back in. And it's a great mark. Oh, not paid. Must have been touched off the boot. And we're going to get a ball up 40 metres out from the Magpie goal. Devonport 69, lead Burnie 38, 31 points of difference. Lockwood, Kelly with class comes through the contest, kicked off the ground by Walters, kicked off the ground by Burnell. Castles keeps his feet, dodges and weaves, handballs it backwards towards Douglas, and he's been penalised for throwing the football, and it's going to be a free kick to Nash. Nash of Burnie, he's been told to play on, kick got hit the target, puts the ball out in front of Walters. Walters can't get away from Van Buren. Walters handballs the ball towards Murray, but boundary line beats Murray. We're going to have a boundary throw in, 35 metres around from the Magpie goal, scoreboard side of the ground. No score yet in the final term.
Early stage of the final quarter, Devonport have had the ball in their forward line for the whole 2.5 minutes of the final quarter. Looks like has Wolf gone forward to Burnie? Yes, he has. Here comes the boundary run. Elfman's got the tap down, got it down to Dylan Smith, who kicks towards the centre of the ground. The strong mark's taken there by Harry Elmer. He's been pretty good today, little Harry. Kicks towards a mark in competition, almost a mark to Wicks. Gets it on the second grab. There's Wicks. Playing well, Wicks, Jaden Wicks. A good goal in the third quarter. And he's having a look at the goal in this quarter. He's pointed the goals. He's a long way from home, but this might be right on his journey. Wicks. And on the mark, Reef Bourne is standing right on the 50-metre line. So Wicks has got to kick this about 55, 60 metres. It's for his second goal. It's close to man on the mark. Kicks for goal. It's not going to be a goal. They fly the full square. Almost a mark to Kelly. Burnie should put a 3 for a rush behind. Quade Byard's tapping the football in front of him. He's been pushed off it. Ball comes back to Byard. Byard snaps from the pocket and has missed near side. Missed everything. It's out of bounds on the full. In fact, he slammed into the behind post. So nearest player for Burnie will get a free kick. The nearest player happens to be Josh Murray. He's played his usual solid game for the Burnie Dockers today. Josh Murray, number 1 with a long hair. Short. And marking there was Dylan Smith sideways. Mark taken by Emmett Smith. Emmett Smith with the left foot towards the wing. He's after Wolf. And Wolf takes a good mark. One of the best marks in the competition, Josh Wolf. He's tried to move the ball on quickly. He's going to get high into the air. He's going to take a good mark here. Coming out and almost taking a good mark was Marley Bourne. Marley handballs out of the pack. Picked up by Bogue. Bogue got his handball away just in time. Plus on both sides trying hard to get the ball out of the pack. That's not coming out of there. It'll be ball up centre wing, grandstand side.
Devonport have pushed Kai Cameron to Wolf. That's how much Devonport regard Wolf. And they've pushed another part of plan. Elverson goes up. Knocks the ball down, but picked up by Simmons. Now, Marley Bourne scoops it out of the contest, kicks it forward towards Wolf, and penalty, free kick for Wolf, who's starting to cramp up. He's been really good for Burnie today. Him and Dylan Swift has certainly been Burnie's best. Handballs to Bogue. Bogue goes inside, doesn't hit the target. A good intercept mark taken by Hawks. Mr. Reliable kicks it short and finds Rackeye. Played an important role inside Devonport's forward 50 today, Rackeye. Rackeye will go short and find Elmer. Certainly earned his position today in the defensive 50. Elmer runs hard and runs straight. Elmer now looks for his captain. Burnie with the numbers. French misses what he should have had. Low keeps his feet, and so too does Bourne. Pile on the football, and we're going to get a ball up right in the middle of the Latrobe ground. We've gone 5 minutes into the last term. Devonport still 31 points in front. 69 plays 38. Good play by Imogen French. Lockwood knocks it down. Byrne. Bowe jumps on top of the ball. And can't get it out. And umpire Clark comes in, and we're going to get a ball up. Still in the middle of the Latrobe ground.
Yeah, we've gone in the final quarter, almost 6 minutes. Still no goals kicked. It's also Devonport as Braden Van Buren picks up the football, kicks towards centre half forward. Chance here, ball picked up by Tyler Kelly. The handball's wide to Lenny Douglas. Lenny's bouncing. Lenny's running the open goal. Lenny slams it through, and that's game, set and match as far as I'm concerned. Lenny Douglas kicks the first goal of the final quarter. It's going to be hard for the Dockers now.
Certainly is, Brian. Devonport just surged that ball forward, and Castles from the goal square took his man away and allowed Douglas to run into an open goal. And we said that first goal after three-quarter time was going to be important. Magpies have got it, and they have taken a stranglehold on this grand final, and they look to be surging towards their third flag in a row. Ball brought back to the middle. Elverson and Lockwood, as they've done all day, will go up. Lockwood getting on top now. Gives it to Oliver Kelly. Kelly gives it to Lowe. Lowe goes to his captain in Byard, and Byard's going to go back and see whether he can kick Devonport's 12th and their second within 30 seconds. Great clearance work by Lowe and Kelly has enabled Quade Byard to be kicking for a goal. Lowe with his 27th possession for the game. Comes Quade Byard. Kicks long, kicks straight. Game over, Brian Payne. The Magpies kick their 12th and they are surging ahead in the 23 grand final.
Yeah, they're all running to Quade by. He's played his captain's game. Quade would have been disappointed the way he played against the Burnie Dockers a couple of weeks ago, but last week sensational and been very, very solid again today. Margin is now out to 43 points, with the only 2 goals kicked in the final quarter, kicked by the team in the black and white stripes, the Devonport Magpies, who are going to make it 3 wins in a row, 3 grand final victories in a row. The Dockers can't win the game, but they can add some respectability to the scoreboard as they're trying to sort out this 6-6-6 business, which has only been introduced a few years ago. Now it's sorted out and it's back in the centre. The tap is down to Barley Bogue, who handballs to Raybottom. Raybottom goes to Walters, who fumbles. He's tackled to the ground. Chance for a turnover. The plant's gone on the ball. Ball's been picked up there by Raybottom. He's got a handball away. Bramage picks up the football. Bramage kicks towards centre half forward. A race on here. Ball's tapped to backwards. Picked up by Murray. Murray's handball just before he was tackled. Coming through is Barley Bogue. Didn't take the football with him. Handball comes out the back to Murray. This little toe play out right. Ebig French leads in the race. The classy youngster goes around the circle. Then handballs to Barley Bogue. Barley Bogue's forced to kick hurriedly. Ball holding up on the wing. They fly on the wing. Strong mark taken by Wolf. Oh, very, very good game, Wolf. Wolf kicks across the ground. And the mark's taken there by Walters. Walters thought about handballing. He's too far out to score. No, he doesn't know what to do, so he kicks across the ground. He's after Bourne, over the back of the pack, running after his Elphingston. Handballs backwards towards Oakley Smith. Oakley's dancing. Oakley screws it around the corner. Needs someone to take a mark. Coming up was Wolf. Couldn't quite hold on to it. Football close to the boundary line. Picked up by Wolf. He's tackled. Elphingston about hard for the football. There's Marley Bourne. Marley Bourne's pushed over the boundary line. The boundary showing about 30 metres from the Dockers' goal. Only 2 goals kicked in the final quarter, both by the Magpies, and they kicked away to lead the grand final of 2023 by 43 points. Here comes the football towards the ruckman. Elphinstone got the tap down. It's all Devonport here. It's picked up and cleared by that man, Kai Cameron. A tremendous game today. Into the centre of the ground. Well, picked up there by Geordie Downing. He's tackled by one arm. No price as the umpire. There will be a ball up in the middle of the ground.
Devonport surging forward, 43 points in front. We've gone 9 minutes into the last term. Tyler Kelly's kicked 3. Picks it up at ground level. It's been scooped up by Murray. Gives it to Bogue. Now Bogue gives it out. Burnie come out of defence. Devonport with the numbers on centre wing. Simmons handballs the ball to Wicks. Wicks now gives it over to Cousins Hampton. Fumbles. Holds off so Simmons can come in. Simmons gives it to Forster. Back to Cousins Hampton. Cousins Hampton drive Devonport deep into attack. Castle's over the back. So too is Quade Byard. Kick the Magpies last. Can he kick his kick there next? Screws it over his shoulder and misses. Devonport now go to 12 goals, 10, 82. They lead Burnie 5-8-38. We've gone 10 and a half minutes into the last term. Ball being quickly played on by Emmett Smith out of defence. Tyler Kelly at the front of the contest, good hands, gives it over to Oliver Kelly. Oliver Kelly goes short and he finds Lenny Douglas. Already running into an open goal on this term and has an opportunity to kick his second goal in this final term. Devonport now surging towards their premiership. They've been the best side all year, Brian Payne, there's no doubt about that. They've only lost one game against the side that they're playing today, and they will be rewarded for effort by winning the premiership. Comes Lenny Douglas, kicks another one, and the Pies now go to 13 goals, 10, 88. 50 points in front of Burnie, 5 goals, 8, 38.
Yeah, the 2 young inclusions there today, both Harry Elmer and Lenny Douglas, have both played pretty well. The 2 young Tassie juniors have come back in the side today. Certainly Harry Elmer's had plenty of the football, and Lenny Douglas has come in with 2 last quarter goals. Only 3 goals kicked in the last quarter, all been kicked by the Magpies, and now out to 50 points. 50 points is the margin. As I said, Burnie can't win the game, but they can get a couple of late goals and just make some respectability. But Devonport are just going to fight this game way out. They don't take any sympathy on their opponents. That's on the top of the lead. As Keegan Lowe gets another tap towards the half 40 goes. Picked up by Forster. He handballs to Ty Burnell. Ty Burnell, a little grubber towards the forward line. Was picked up by Nash. He's tackled. Got a handball away to Bourne. Back to Smith, Emmett, who kicks towards the centre ground, where it's picked up by Plant. Plant's pushed off it. Everett handballs backwards to Barley Bogue. Barley Bogue, under pressure, kicks towards centre half forward. A strong mark almost taken by Fletcher Kelly. Didn't have enough of it. Taps it out towards Cameron, who handballs backwards to Cooper Stewart. He's lost the ball. They're playing advantage. Handball comes out of the pack. Must be a goal here. Running an open goal, Rudy Barrett, and Rudy has his second goal. As another bit of pushing and shoving takes place in the 10-metre square. So at last, Burnie get a goal in the final quarter. Well done, Dockers. Rudy Barrett kicks his second goal. He becomes the first model goal kicker for the Dockers in the grand final. Devonport 13-10-88 lead Burnie 6-8-44. They've exactly doubled them at this stage of the game. 44 points is the margin.
The goal brought about because Barley Bogue just thrust himself through the contest. That's one thing about Bogue, and I've said it before, he doesn't allow the scoreboard to determine his work rate, and Bogue is just finding it out and got his advocacy beside him in Keegan Lowe. Two great players for their football club. All been thrown up in the middle. Burnie kicked a good goal. Elvison goes down. Plant comes hard off the line. Elmer couldn't pick it up. Bogue gets it through. Plant comes through. Here comes Bogue again. Kicks it forward. Wolf couldn't pick the ball up. James Gray goes in. Handballs back to Fletcher Kelly. Fletcher Kelly of Devonport drives the side out of the fence. A bit going on now, I think.
So penalty players grab it.
And you'll get a lot of scoreboard free kicks this term too, Brian, with the game over. Anyway, you've heard about my scoreboard free kicks before. So Marleybourne have been quiet today. They've been very impressive in the lead up. He's taken a big step forward in his football career this year. There's an opportunity from 30 metres out. And Burnie have kicked 2 in a row, so that's fantastic. Burnie now go to 7 goals, 8, 50, back to 38 points. They trailed Devonport 13-10-88.
Yeah, well done. They've kicked the last 2 goals. They've had a terrific second half of the year, and they certainly didn't want to go and lose this game by 60 or 70 points, which looked likely early in the quarter. Margin back to 38 points. 38 points in favour of Devonport, who played almost 15 minutes in the final quarter. So Burnie can't win the game. Devonport are going to win it. Congratulations to Kurt Byer and Devonport Magpies. But Burnie going to be a good last quarter side all year. As Elfison gets the tap down, gets down to Barley Bogue, gets a short distance kick towards centre half forward. Barley Bogue comes through again. She's having a bit dip today. Lose possession of the ball, then puts in a beautiful smother. Ball's in dispute. Handball comes out the pack in the direction of Ty Burnell, who handballs sideways to Cooper Stewart. Stewart works his way through the pack, kicks towards Cousins Hampton, who marks in the middle of the ground. Now, something's happened behind the ball. Now, Barley Bogue's been interfered with behind the play. Too much of this today, up to about 12 brain melts. Short distance kick being dropped there by Rudy Barrett. Can't afford to drop those, Rudy. Taps it back to Murray. Murray works his way through the pack. As scrimmage develops in the centre circles, and there'll be a ball up. Yeah, good game of football. Just disappointed by the number of ill-disciplined acts by both sides today. 2 normally disciplined sides. As Keegan Lowe gets yet another position. Out wide it goes to Emig French. Had the ball knocked out of his hands. Murray comes through. Didn't take the football with him. There's little Ty Burnell battling hard. Pack develops. 55 out from the Devonport goal, and another ball up will take place.
Devonport half forward line. Burnie have kicked the last 2. Bit of respectability on the scoreboard. Edwardson hits it over. Picked up by Nick Walters. He's been tackled strongly. And he's been... free kick going to young Burnell there for throwing the football. Burnell on his left. Pushed off as his kick goes long. And did Kelly mark the ball in front of the line? He did. And Oliver Kelly's marked it right on the goal line. Very, very acute angle. And... Oliver Kelly has an opportunity to pick Devonport's 14th. The Kelly boys have been good. Oliver, Fletcher and Tyler. Oliver just runs around a little bit. Kicks a goal.
No. Missed his side.
They missed it. That missed. 13 goals, 12 Devonport, 90. 40 points in front of Burnie, 7-8-50. Josh Murray has been good today for Burnie. Has a bounce. Comes out of full back. Grandstand side of the ground. Cameron up, interfered with, and it's a free kick. He's been good today, Cameron or Lowe, been Devonport's best 2 for me. Hi, Cameron. Probably won't get seen from the guys that give the vote card, but my word, he's been terrific today. The job he's done on plant. Kai Cameron now puts Devonport inside 50. Tyler Kelly couldn't mark the ball. Burnie with the numbers. Emmett Smith kicks the ball across the line. Bo Bramage, as he's done all year, held his spot, goes back 20 metres and finds Hawks. Hawks now, centre wing, goes short and finds Van Buren. Van Buren now, 60 metres from goal, drives it long, drives it real long, and it bounces through from behind. And Devonport now go 13, 12, 90, back to that 40 points, Brian Payne. Burnie 7, 8, 50. We've gone 18 minutes into the last term.
Yeah, probably about 9 minutes to go in the 2023 grand final. And a big win coming up to Devonport. They won their last two grand finals by narrow margins. They'll win this front country today. Murray's kick is spot on. It's been marked by Dylan Smith. Those two players I just mentioned, Josh Murray and Dylan Smith, have been the two of the Dockers' best today. Kick short mark taken by Emmett Smith. He's been okay today, Emmett. Had a bit of up and down year, but he's played pretty well today, Emmett. Kicks short and he's kicked it straight to Plant, who's pushed in the back. Jeremy Plant has been given a free kick for pushing the back. Claiming that should be 50, but that wasn't nothing of that. The kick will be taken on the half-back flank by Jeremy Plant. Jeremy Plant. Talking to you, Jeremy. Not long to go in the grand final. The margin is 40 points. 90 plays 50. That's Jeremy with the left foot. Kicks to a marking obviously. A lot of players fly. It's tapped forward. Leading the race is Stewart. Handballs to Fletcher Kelly. Fletcher Kelly kicking kick towards centre half forward. The mark taken centre half forward by Lenny Douglas. He's been really good in the last quarter. Lenny goes to run. Lenny kicks spot on, marked by Byard. And Byard should go back and put the icing on. And sort of about passing. He's within range, Quade Byard. Should go back and kick for his second goal. Just put the icing on the cake. It's what's been a very, very solid game by the Devonport captain, Quade Byard. We can call from here, Dale and I. We're right behind him. He's kicking from 40 metres, angle 45 degrees. We're right behind him. In comes number 17 for Devonport. Shoots for goal. It's going to sneak in, I think. It has. Quade celebrating. Kicks his second goal. Marching back out to 46 points.
And look, Quade was very, very good early when the game had to be set up on the football. Devonport just needed a little bit of connection across half forward, and he's played that role when he goes forward very, very well. And he's started to put goal kicking in his repertoire now, and that's what an on-baller, a better on-baller does. They kick goals. So great effort by Quade Byard, about to become a three-time premiership captain of the Devonport Football Club. Devonport 14-12-96. They lead Burnie by 46 points. And Burnie 7-8-50. Elphinstone and Lockwood, they've been at it all day. Both put in solid performances. I just think Lockwood after quarter time has just probably had more influence on the game than Elphinstone. Thrown up. Elphinstone over the top. Nick Walters wins the ball from the centre, goes long. Barrett had the ball punched away from Gray. Fletcher Kelly at ground level, brilliant. Drives it long. Burnie with the numbers. Murray stands, tackled brilliantly by Boynell. Made a contest and allowed the Magpies to regroup. Ball up, half forward line for Devonport. Scoreboard side of the ground. 21 minutes gone in the 23 grand final. Ball being thrown up. Umpires found a free kick. Advantage has been paid, but it's been brought back, is it? And it's going to be Elphinstone. It might have been held in that contest. Elphinstone with a free kick. Very, very important for Burnie to keep hold of Elphinstone next year, because his development's gone skyrocket in the last 3 weeks. He's been terrific in the finals. Elphinstone goes in short, put Rowbottom under pressure from Van Buren. Good pick up under pressure is James Plant. Chased brilliantly down over there by Kai Cameron. No, it looks like it's Lenny Douglas. Douglas now kicks short to Burnell. Burnell outside 50. Goes long, puts it in front of Kelly. Tyler Kelly now swings around, kicks being smothered. Burnie with the numbers. Emma Smith over the ball. Back to Tyler Kelly. He goes backwards to Douglas. Douglas tries to shrug the tackle. Handballs to Quade Byard. He goes backwards to Lockwood, and Lockwood misses. Devonport kick their 13th behind. 14-13-97. They lead Burnie 7-8-50. 47 points, Brian. Bring the Magpies home.
Yes, kick goes wide. The mark taken by over there, Nick Walters, who's had a good game. Nick's had a good season. Nick kicks towards Murray, and Murray marks in his chest. Murray, one of the Burnie Dockers' best players, also a lot of possessions today, a lot of quality possessions. Kicks back, and Nick Walters marks in his chest. Nick ran down the ground. It's marked on the half-back flank. And he kicks it back to Murray. He's building up your stats. As Murray marked on his chest on the half-back flank. 50 plays, 97. Margin, 47 points. Magpies been too good today. His kick is short, mark taken by Reef Bourne. So that's 5 kicks in a row, and they're still on the half-back flank. And he handballs back to Murray. Murray goes for a run. He's dancing. Thought about handball, and now he's under pressure. Kicks sideways to Barrett, and Barrett takes a mark. So 7 or 8 possessions are over the Burnie Dockers, but they're still in their back half. Rudy Barrett decides to go for a run. He's going to go long down the corridor with that trusty left foot. Sends a long bomb towards centre half forward. Strong mark taken by O'Halloran. Good hands, young O'Halloran.
Big future.
Big future. Very strong mark. Halloran kicks towards the 10 metres clear. And coming out and marking is young Emig French, just 17 years old.
Another one with a big future.
He's only 17, this kid. He's very lightly built. He's got to spend a bit of time in the gymnasium by the look of him. But he is marked in the forward pocket. And he'll go back from only about 20 metres out, but the angle is tight. What can you do, Emig? Shoots for goal. Did that sneak in? I think it did. Goal. The umpire likes it. Well, that was a nice passage to play, Dale. Devonport have been clearly the best side today, but Burnie in the last couple of minutes, that was fantastic stuff.
Just stayed patient over that scoreboard wing until they could find an opening, and Barrett's long, decisive kick. Devonport 14-13-97 in the later stages of this 2023 grand final. Devonport careering on to win their 3rd premiership in a row. A wonderful performance to win 3 in a row. It takes a lot of work, and the Magpies have certainly been rewarded today. Thrown up, Lockwood hits it over the top. Bailey Bowe gets it, handballs back. Dylan Smith been Burnie's best today. Drives Burnie forward. Cameron comes out, kicks it off the ground, and kicks it out of bounds on the full. Probably his first mistake that he's made all day, and it's going to be a free kick to Wolf.
First mistake all year, I think.
Yeah, Wolf is cramping up. He's been terrific today too for Burnie. Set to come back and kick it over the mark. Wolf certainly come of age as a player, whether forward or back. Wolf, representative player in the year, early in the year. Torpedo punt, goes long. Kelly couldn't mark the ball. Players pile on the ball, and umpire Clark comes in, and we get a ball up 10 metres from the Burnie Dockers goal. Bailey Bogue's had 11 possessions this term and played the game out. Burnie get a late goal. 25 and a half minutes gone in the last term. Been knocked out, picked up over there by Bramage, and Bramage finds low. His game today's been terrific. Not only has he had 28, 32 possessions, he's also quelled the best player in the competition in Bogue. Cooper Stewart now, scoreboard side of the ground, beautiful left foot, kicks it towards Kelly. Burnie with the numbers, Bourne's held on to, and it'll be a free kick to Bourne. Players are starting to drop, the heat and the pressure causing players to cramp. Bourne kicks it short, looking for Nick Walters, good pressure from Bramage. Douglas at ground level with pace and strength, goes backwards to Kelly. Oliver Kelly now kicks it short. Castle will be busting to get 5. Ball being punched away. Rackeye comes in under pressure from Nash. Nash falls over. Rackeye doesn't. Ball being punched out. We're going to get a boundary throw in. 26 and a half minutes gone in the final term.
Time to go any side now to end this grand final, to end season 2023. Put onto the Devonport Magpies. They lead by... what's that, 41 points. 41 points is the margin. And expecting the side. Now, Bailey Bogue took the ball out of his air. He's tackled, lost possession. It's kicked forward by Tyler Kelly towards the forward line. And getting a big fist on it was Emmett Smith. Sees the ball sail over the sanctuary of the boundary line. There's a siren. That's it. Congratulations to the Devonport Magpies winning the 2023 NWFL Grand Final. The final score, Devonport 14-13-97. had defeated the Burnie Dockers 8-8-56. The final margin was 41 points. And my side, Hawthorn, won 3 grand finals in a row in 13, 14 and 15. The commentator said that is back to back to back. Well, that is exactly what Devonport have done today. Back to back to back. Congratulations, Devonport. 3 wins in a row for the first time in the history of your club. Devonport 14-13-97 have defeated the Burnie Dockers 8-8-56. So the final margin was 41 points. So Devonport in season 2023 went through with only 1 loss for the whole season. Going through the goal kickers. Now Charlie Castles kicked 4 all in the first half. Tyler Kelly kicked 3. Captain Quade Byhard kicked 2. Singles to Jaden Wicks, Braden Van Buren, Alex Cousins-Hampton. Oh, I forgot Lenny Douglas also kicked 2 last quarter goals with Lenny. For the Burnie Dockers, the only model goal kicker was Rudy Barrett, who kicked 2. Singles to Kai Rowbottom, Oakley Smith, Josh Wolf, Jeremy Plant, Emig French and Marley Bourne. Devonport 14-13-97 had defeated the Burnie Dockers 8-8-56 by a margin of 41 points. Darwin and I won't be giving 3, 2 and 1 votes today, but we will pick the player who we think is going to win the Wayne Wing Medal. I think it's called the Wayne Wing Medal for best on the ground, and I'm going for Keegan Lowe of Devonport, for the biggest danger being number 21, Kai Cameron, who was outstanding.
I agree with you. And the reason why I've tipped Lowe, now Lowe had 26 possessions, Bailey Bogue had 23. But what Lowe done, he didn't allow Bailey Bogue to dominate, and Lowe was dominant himself. Bogue was really good for Burnie, don't get me wrong, but Lowe was able to quell him, and not many players can do that. Cameron, if Lowe doesn't win it, I think Cameron was extremely good across half-back. The blanketing role that he done on the dangerous James Plant was terrific. Sorry, Jeremy Plant. And I thought Wolf was good. Dylan Smith of Burnie was excellent. He's a big game player. But Devonport, Lowe, Cameron, Quade Byard, Fletcher Kelly, Cassis was good. I like Lockwood's game in the ruck. Oliver Kelly. Bramage on the wing was good. They just had a mountain of players. Unsimilar to what happened in the second semi-final. They just had contribution. Van Buren was good in the middle. Douglas Elmer was very, very good in defence. You could go on, and you probably miss players out to play well. But Burnie done a wonderful job to get there. Their last part of the year was brilliant. They've unearthed some really good players, and Marley Bourne and Jack O'Harrelling and French. Josh Murray took a gigantic step forward, nearly the best small backman in the competition. So all plus for Burnie. But they met a very, very good side today, a side that was beaten 2 weeks ago, and they received a wake-up call, and unfortunately Burnie paid the price today.
Yeah, well, so we've both gone for Keegan Lowe to win the Wayne Wing Medal. We'll sort of wait around until that happens. Having said that, my Wayne Wing Medal tips have been
pretty ordinary.
Pretty ordinary for the last 20 years. I picked 2, I think, out of 20 years.
Well,
I got it right 12 months ago. I got Braden Van Buren right, and the last one before that was Matthew Woolbridge. Yeah, about 7 or 18 years ago.
Yeah,
but
I reckon it was against us.
Yeah, he had a hell of a game at centre half back. Just really stood out. So I picked 2 Wayne Wing medals. So both Dale and I have gone for Keegan Lowe.
And if Lowe doesn't get it, Cameron will.
Cameron, yeah, the problem was that Kai Cameron played a superb game today. What a season he's had. Mostly got a trophy at the NWFL dinner, the Ball of Medal dinner last week for the most improved, I think it was. But every game that we called Devonport this year, he was just absolutely outstanding game today. Not only did he keep his opponents quiet, but got plenty of the football as well. So we'll wait round to the final. Devonport Burnie looking very, very dejected, but a lot of pluses this season. They've been, as I said, Dale, the club's going in the right direction, and I can see this side with a lot of youngsters in it picking up a premiership. Probably not next year, but somewhere in the near future. They've gone a long way.
Look, they'd be disappointed with today's result, but they certainly wouldn't be disappointed with the year that they've had. They've just improved. Andy Lee's been able to keep them fit and fresh. Obviously what he's doing is working. And their back part of the year has been terrific, but they've unearthed some very, very good footballers.
That's a nice touch too. Got a young players just in Magpies here. They had the young Burnie Dockers there ready in case of the game with the Dockers way. They can do what they're doing in the AFL and the medallions to the cap, I think, to each player one by one. And the cap's handed back as a memo to the young players. So the one low light I thought they're going to do, there was a number of ill-disciplined acts, not only by Burnie but by Devonport as well. A lot of relay kicks, 50-metre penalties, players being slung down off the ball, which reversed kicks, and that was the only low light I thought was a game played in quite good spirit.
Well, look, at grand finals, a lot at stake, and sometimes a little ticky touch seems to, can lead on to. Well, we picked another one.
Oh, good. That's 2 in 2 years. I can die happy now. That's 3 in 21 years, I think.
Another. We talked about Bo Bramage earlier in the piece, but Lowe omitted from the grand final in 21, and has been instrumental in Devonport's last 2 premierships. Just a workhorse, always seen running around Devonport, and he's elite with his skills. Played exceptionally well for the representative side this year. Very unlucky not to wear a Tasmanian cap. Been rewarded today with the best on the ground performance in the grand final, and quelling the best player in the competition, Bailey Bow. And don't get me wrong, Bailey Bay was in Burnie's best 5 players, but Lowe was able to do things that other players haven't been able to do, and that's just to quell.
Yeah, well done to Keegan, though. Keegan's had an interesting story this year. Spent most of the time in Hobart and travelled up each weekend to play with the Devonport Magpies. That's how loyal he has been to the club. As I said, missed out the grand final a couple of years ago. I was very surprised about that because I thought he was in Devonport's best 21 players that year, but there's still otherwise. But he's won the Wayne Ring medal, had a terrific game, had a terrific season, run off in the Baldock medal to Bailey Bow, and he's now completely full-time on the coast because he's down in Hobart learning how to become a policeman. He's passed the course, he'll be a policeman in the Devonport area next year. And while he's working out there, I know that the 5 state league clubs based in Hobart would deal enough to have these services straight away, but he was very, very loyal to the Devonport Magpies. He's come up and played a very, very important part in the grand final win today. So well done once again to the Devonport Magpies for winning their 3rd premiership in 3 years. Too good for the Burnie Dockers today, finally running out winners 14-13-97 to 8-8-56. Pretty good year, Dale. I'm already looking forward to season 2024. Love calling close, exciting, high-standard games. Had quite a few of those this year. So that's all we have here, Doc, at the Devonport Oval. Devonport winning by 41 points over the Burnie Dockers, making it 3 wins in 3 years. Doc, Ned and I, and you'll no doubt be back for season 2024. And the reason we'll be back because Coast FM is football.
Yeah, thanks, fellas, and just stay there for a minute. Thanks to the Jackson Motor Company for their support and sponsorship, to Brian and Ned for the calling of the game, and occasionally Nigel Tapp filled in, and to our many sponsors on Coast FM Scoreboard Sport. Hope you have enjoyed the broadcast on Scoreboard Sport and doing it for the NWFL. Congratulations, Kurt Byard and players, premiers for 2003 by 41 points. And thank you, fellas, for your input over the season.
My pleasure, Doc.
All righty, let's play a little music. We'll have a song, and then we'll come back and run through all the scores right here on Scoreboard Sport.
88.9.
Number 20, Goodman Stewart. Number 21, Sky Cameron. Castle. Number 23, Vice Captain Ben Hall. Number 27, James Gray. Number 28, Alex Cousins Hampton. Number 29, Lenny Douglas. Number 30, Oliver Kelly. Number 35, Ty Burnell. Number captain, number 17, Wade Barnard. And the coach, Bert Barnard. I'll ask you to start your words together.
Firstly, to Andy and Bernie boys, I'd like to know that down on the first week, very words, today. Stay confident with that. It's really nice to get one back on a few of the boys from 18 and 19 and 20 in those days, but it's a beautiful climate, and today we shaped up a little bit different, and I know you guys will be giving back next year, so all the best. So our boys, we did change our tactics for today, and as last week we come back with a big bang. Versatile with the speed adapting to the game planning that we needed to fall into the day, and today it's no different. We just got in, got the job done, and that's signified by Keith. He's taking his best all round today, so well done, Keith. It's been a fantastic ride, and we've had 3 years, 3 different competitors, and we've still managed to get to the position that we wanted to be in. Okay, holding that cup up, so well done to that. To our supporters, thank you for sticking by us. Hopefully today we made it easy in the last 2 grand finals, but nevertheless it's still sweet as the first one, so thank you. And I'll just thank Hardcourt, NWSL, JMC, and all the other relevant sponsors, and Giant for being our major sponsor. Thank you.
Thanks, Kurt. I'll ask our President Gary Carpenter to come forward and present the football to the winning coach.
Thanks, Keith, and we spoke last Sunday, Kurt, and I didn't think it was going to be this easy. So to the Burnie guys, commiseration, thank you for getting to the grand final, creating something new with the second semi-final last weekend, or fortnight now, beating Devonport. So you, Kurt, well done. All the best in your future endeavours. Congratulations. Thanks, Mr. President.
You take up in Burnie. All right, yeah. Okay, I'd like to ask General Manager of JMC Burnie, Christian Carpenter, to present the 2023 Premiership Cup to Devonport. I'd like to ask our President is going to present the premiership pennant. Control the dive. Thank you, Gary. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for attending what's been a fantastic final day and a fantastic final series. We look forward to seeing all big Advertisements in 2024. Thank you very much.